I missed it. Don't worry.
Wait, who starts?
You do.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, it's been so long. I forget. Wait. Hello, everybody. Is that what we say?
What's going on?
I'm Steph.
I'm also Steph.
Welcome to the Drop Everything Now podcast. I'm not even going to try to guess what episode because
No, we can't. We can't. Welcome to this episode of the Drop Everything Now podcast.
Hope everybody's enjoying if you're watching my
door
and my jackets and towels. So
they look really nice.
Thank you.
I hope everybody's enjoying.
Yeah, yours actually does look nice.
Well, the partition behind me that is basically to hide my cat's litter box because we share an office. Nice. We both do business in here. Just different kinds.
Anyway,
why have I never said that until right now?
I don't know.
I'm going to start using that when I give house tours.
That was good. It was a good joke.
So we don't really have much like Taylor Swift's. I mean, we do have Taylor Swift so much to talk about today. Let's not get it twisted. But we don't have like a topic or anything. Right? Fair?
Yeah, we're kind of winging this episode. Like,
yeah.
We usually have like a schedule or docket, whatever you want to call it.
An agenda?
Yeah, an agenda.
You've been out of school for too long.
Yeah. It's summer stuff. I'm sunburnt. It's crazy. And we're going to just wing it because so much has happened. I actually genuinely cannot believe we haven't recorded since April. I didn't think that. I guess, we would have said like, hey, we're not going to record for a while, but I didn't realize because life has been so crazy. But
yeah, but like at the same time, we don't really post anything on our social medias anymore. So it like whatever.
No one would know. Yeah.
No one.
It's just the people that are already subscribed and good for them.
It'll be like, oh wow, they're still doing it, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna feel when they listen to this.
I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna try to do that today, and then I don't.
For what?
Post something like, oh, I'm gonna like
put
together a little thing, and then it just like because
I mean this is just like I think our loyal listeners, whoever they might be, are just like, oh cool, so they're still gonna do it. We might take a while off, we might pop in and out, but
we're still here.
We're gonna pop in.
We're gonna pop in.
Well, never gonna be out. Like maybe a really, really long pop out.
Yeah, this maybe is the longest pop out.
I think so. I think last summer or 2 summers ago we had another pop out.
You had a pop out?
Yeah, but I don't know how long it was. But
this one might be longer.
This one is probably longer for sure.
Yeah, because I didn't realize. But not just with us. Like, there's a lot of Steph and Steph ex Taylor Swift news that we must discuss, and I'm actually dying to know from you.
Yeah.
But not only that, but like there's been so much Tavis stuff. Like,
oh my God, you're right.
Kind of the biggest Tavis stuff, I feel like.
I don't want to talk about that right now.
No, I agree. I'm more so, I'm like, yeah. I'm more so like
I want to talk about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like in general, that's what we should get to.
Yeah. Yes, we can.
Like if we were to have an agenda.
Yeah. No, we will. We will. But I want to talk about the other thing that anybody watching would have known we're already hinting at. But Steph, what happened? Steph, what happened like a month and a half ago? 2 months ago? Memorial Day. What happened?
I don't know why I'm so nervous. I got engaged.
Woohoo!
Wow. Yeah, it was May 25th. It was crazy. Steph was there.
I saw it. Well, not it, but
yeah, you didn't.
I was there.
It. So, what do I do? What do you want me to say?
Okay. I want you to talk about how you were mad at Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Because you thought he was making you late to a reservation.
Yeah.
Tell us how he did it.
Oh, and then the big surprise?
Well, tell us how he did. Like, how did he propose?
Okay. So I had like an inkling just because he is not good at hiding stuff, but that's okay because me as a human being, I also it was good that I kind of had an idea that it was happening that day. And I thought we were going to this restaurant by car. I do live on a lake, so and this restaurant's on the lake, but neither of us have our boating license. So he shows up to my house, and my family suspiciously has disappeared. And I'm like, where'd all the cars go? And Ryan pulls out his boating license and he's like, oh, I got my boating license. Like, so he
So
went
cute.
and the past couple weeks, like leading up to it, he went and he studied and he got his boating license. And
It's really cute.
my boat actually broke down. And
That's right. I
so
forgot
I
about
knew
that.
they were working on my boat all week, but I just thought because my dad just works on things. So Ryan's stepdad drove his boat over that morning. I had no idea. I was sitting here in my room doing my makeup, like la la la. Ryan was over that morning, his stepdad, everyone was over. I had no clue. And so I look at the boats there. I'm like, oh my God. And that to me was like my favorite part that he like did that because I've always
It's
wanted him
so
to.
cute. Yeah,
And
it's
we
really
actually
cute.
go out. He takes us out all the time now. And like, it's so fun, like to not have to rely on your father to go out on the boat.
For sure.
So I'm like, okay, like we have these reservations that's so nice on the lake, on a restaurant on the lake. And so we go and we're driving, and in my head and brain, he's gonna propose at the restaurant.
Hmm.
So we're going towards the restaurant, and then he goes like like just kind of circling around it, and I'm like, Bri, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, actually, the reservations aren't at 3:15; they're at 3:30. I just said 3:15 so we could have like longer to like drive around. I'm like, oh, that's so nice. Like, that's really sweet, actually. And then it gets closer to 3:30 and he's now driving in the opposite direction. And I was like, Rye, can we please just go? Like, what? It's okay if we get there early. Like, I want to be on time. I want like to have a glass of wine. Like, please. And he's like, yeah, I'm just turning around. And I don't know why I did that voice. He doesn't sound like that.
They know what he sounds like.
Oh, true, I forgot. He had a big debut. And so he goes so far away from the restaurant. I'm like, right, what? He's like, wide turn. And I'm like, what are you doing?
He just doesn't know
And
yet, you
I'm
know?
getting angry at this point because, like, I don't want to be late. Like, you've never parked this boat before. You're going to propose to me. Like, get it together. Why am I the one freaking out? He's not. But, like, I'm not, I'm internally thinking this. And so we pull back and we're towards my house. We're back towards my house. And I was like, I was kind of annoyed. And I was like, Ryan, can we just go to the restaurant? And he like kind of slowed the boat down. And so I like looked towards my house, and on my dock, my dad built a bar and like an indoor, like you
Hmm.
go in and out, like there's a whole like sink and all that stuff in it. And they closed it, the top part down, and on the top part in big letters it said "Marry Me" and like light up letters.
Hmm.
And I was just like, because I realized.
Yeah.
And then I turned around and he like took my hands and stood me up, and he like I think he had tears in his eyes, and I don't really remember much, but I think he said like, I love you so much. I want you to be my wife. And he got down on one knee and I think he said, will you marry me?
Hmm. I
And
bet.
I definitely like cried. And then I said yeah, and then he put the ring on, and then when we turned back around, like my immediate family and his immediate family like came out on my dock and we're like,
So
woo.
cute.
And we had peach champagne. And then he was like, yeah, we do have reservations at the Windlass for dinner, but not until 5:30 or something, like whatever time. And I was like, oh, crazy. I'm kind of hungry, but okay.
I've been waiting for
So,
this 3 o'clock reservation all
yeah.
day.
And so we hung out with his family, whatever. And then we're like, okay, we're gonna go on the boat and go to the Windlass. And then we went to the Windlass. And next to this restaurant, the Windlass, they do a lake cruise, and it fits however many people. And it's a big like cruise
Hmm.
boat, and it goes around the lake for like 2 hours or whatever. And we parked next to that, and I genuinely thought nothing of it, like
Yeah.
no thought in my brain until we park and Cornelia Street Live from Paris is blasting from Miss Lotta, the cruise boat. And I was like, why is Taylor Swift playing? And they're like, she's really popular. She's really popular, Steph. Come on. And I was like, this song would not be randomly playing. Not only is this Ryan and I song, but like this song is not a popular song that we just, the Live from Paris version, especially.
Right.
And so I was like, something's up. And
Something's
then
fishy.
I don't know what I was expecting because I definitely knew something was up on my Salada, but I didn't know like what I was walking into. And I walked onto the cruise boat and all the windows are tinted so I couldn't see in. And everybody was in there, like friends, family, Steph and
Yeah.
Connor were in there, and I
Yeah.
just cried. And then I saw Connor and I pointed at him and I said, "It was your birthday." Because it was like his birthday the day before.
Mm-hmm.
And that was insane. Like seeing you and seeing Deirdre, I'm sorry, Deirdre wasn't there. Bridget and Kathleen, my cousins. I don't know why that like really got me. I was like, I like
Well, we're from like
everybody
farther
we
away,
yeah, I think
like, yeah.
yeah. I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you guys are here." Like I was just so happy. Like and I was just so overtaken with emotion and then we hung out for like 2 hours and then everyone came back to my house and there was an after party at my house after and it was just like
So
it
fun.
was just so much fun and it was so perfect because I had no like I knew it was happening that day. I had no idea. Like the getting his boating license,
Right.
I genuinely thought we were gonna go to the windlass. He was gonna do it at the windlass, like on the long dock. We were gonna go back to my house and everybody was gonna be at my house. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
what I thought was happening.
Yep.
And I just can't believe how much like
Thought.
effort and planning and
Yeah.
thought and it was perfect to like exactly what I would want
You did
in
a really
terms of
great
like
job.
just the two of us and then being able to celebrate with everybody and
Mm-hmm.
then it was perfect because that's so us too. Ryan and I love like spending time with like we just love being surrounded by people and the fact that like I didn't know how he would make it sentimental. This isn't something I, like in my brain. I'm like, oh, I wonder if he's gonna put in thought to like where if it like means something to us or if it's just a random place.
Yeah.
Because I've seen both and both are great, but
Yeah.
like we met on the lake.
Oh,
Oh my God. Got it.
he's making his debut.
I was just talking about your birthday.
Oh, that was fun.
That was amazing.
Okay.
That was a great moment. But yeah, it was great because the lake, we met on the lake. And then when we rekindled and he begged for a second chance, we were having an ice party on that lake, very, very close to the spot where he proposed. So like, I
So
don't even know if
cute.
he thought of it like that, but that's like, that's where we first met and where we
Yeah.
started dating. Now we fell in love on Cornelia Street, Franklin Street in Morristown. But that's where it
So
all
cute.
began was Lake Hopakon. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't
You've gave a lot of context clues
I
to
don't
it,
yeah, it's
like
fine.
Miss Lotta, the windless.
I know, it's fine. It's fine.
um,
But yeah,
yeah,
so it was
whatever. Like, we'll find out if you have a stalker, I guess.
yeah. It was
Um,
amazing
no, it
and
was a really great day.
yeah.
It was so
How was your
exciting.
side of it, like knowing everything?
Um, I was stressed because I didn't know if I should tell you I was coming to New Jersey. As you know, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure about what to do. So I had like kind of told you because when you left here from filming for Tortured Poets, you left your one of your camera things.
Oh,
So I had
right.
kind of just was like, hey, I might be up at the end of May,
Yep.
so I'll bring it then.
Yep.
Did you like how it was just in your gift box?
I know. I was like, what is this? And Ryan was like, that's the thing for the thing. Cause like I don't know about the gizmos and
Yep.
gadgets.
Yep.
I was like, that's funny.
The so like I was like I can't be like like text her to be like let's do something or like because I feel like it'll tip her off if she doesn't know it's happening that weekend. And then I was like it's a long weekend. I'll just like if she sees my location being there and like text me like hey whore, what the fuck, like why didn't you tell me you're here? I would just say that my brother's moving, but I can hang out tomorrow or like tomorrow or Monday because it was
Right.
a long weekend. So I was like,
Right.
okay, I have my like excuse. Obviously it didn't need it,
Right.
but that
'Cause you
was
had
stressing
said
me out.
that.
And then I also like Ryan texted, I think at like 3 o'clock, or no, he texted like 2:30 about something about the playlist. And then I was like, when are you doing that? Like, I was like, is this happening soon? Because like we have to get on the boat at 5. Like, I was like, what's going on? And he's
Really?
like, I'm going over right now. Like, it's like, he's like, I'm actually heading over now. It was like right around 3, I guess. So then I was just like watching your location, like when you were out in the lake, and I just took a bunch of
Really?
screenshots of it. And I was just like, wow, she could be
What?
engaged right now. She could be engaged right now. And then
Steph, I didn't know you were screenshotting.
oh no, I have them still. And then it was like, thank God I didn't do this. But like, sometimes we're like really annoying and like as humans. And I wanted to like when I knew you were back at your house, like there was a part of me that was gonna send like, like the eyeballs
Yeah.
to be like, holy fuck, I know it happened. Like this is crazy. I didn't because what I was like, okay, I'm gonna see her anyway. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
And thank God because I didn't know the boat was a surprise. Like I thought he might
Like,
have
he would
told
have
you like, hey,
told
we're
me.
gonna go on Miss Lotta. Everyone's there. Like after, because that's what like one of my other friends that got engaged, her fiance did a surprise, like, was surprised by the engagement, but the party was like later in the day. Like he did it on their morning walk and it was like later in the evening. So she knew. Like he was like, I'm gonna tell her everything
Right.
when we go for our like celebration lunch, basically.
Right.
So she's gonna know. And I didn't even think about whether you'd know about it. But yeah, see, I just have
Oh my God.
the screenshots. And you were back by then.
That's
So
where
then
it
I was
happened.
like, oh, I know.
It was right in front of my house. Wait, that's crazy though, because not thank God that you didn't, but like I knew that you were going to be in New Jersey and I did see your location, but you had already said that. But like, because I thought I was getting engaged that day, like, I didn't think anything of you telling me that. I was like, she could be here because, like, she probably genuinely is here because of her brother, but like, I already thought Ryan was like proposing that day, so I didn't think anything of you being in New Jersey.
Yeah.
But I genuinely believe what you said about your brother. So after we got
And it was true.
engaged,
I just wasn't helping. He was moving that weekend. I just was not participating in
that's
the
so funny.
the
Yeah, I would
assistance.
hate to help too. And I thought like, oh, like I said, my original thought was like it'll be at the windlass and then we're gonna come back to my house and everyone's gonna be there. So when he did it in front of my house and then it was just our immediate families, I was like, oh, maybe Steph is just here for her brother's thing.
Yeah.
And I did say to him, I'm like, where are Jenny and Alyssa?
Yeah.
Because like he knew like I would want Jen
Yeah.
and Alyssa to be involved. And he like said like, oh, you'll see them later. Like that's all he said, but like I still in my brain, I was like, oh, maybe it's just Jenny and Alyssa then, and like
They'll meet us for dinner or
the people,
something.
right?
Yeah.
Like maybe Jenny and Alyssa will be at dinner. Like I at that point thought like, oh, okay, Steph's not coming.
Which is
Like I
so
thought that you would, and then I unthought it because
which is
nobody.
so silly to think about. Like if I was there, why would why
Well,
wouldn't I be
because
going?
maybe Ryan didn't tell anyone. Like I don't know. Like
Yeah,
maybe
true. Like if I didn't know it was happening. Yeah.
right, right. And so like so if you, but even if you had said that. I don't know. Like it's good. I'm glad that you didn't end up doing it because
Yeah. And also like I
at that
don't think I
moment
would have
didn't
said
think I was
like
gonna see
see
you.
you later. I was gonna like I literally was thinking I was like I'm gonna send her eyeball emojis. And
Yeah.
like maybe it would have just been like, oh, he must have told her because she's not gonna be there or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
But like
who
yeah, I was
knows?
like, thank God
But
I didn't.
I was back and forth with it, and in that moment after, I thought like, okay, it's just gonna be like the family. Like, okay, 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 like that's great. Like, so it's funny because I was back and forth with how I thought it was gonna happen, and I was like, oh, everyone's gonna be there, and then I'm like, oh, it's just this. So like that's why I was also so surprised I missed Lotta because like it's like I knew, but I didn't know. Like I had no idea.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I gotcha.
so it was just a surprise.
What a
And
journey.
Jenny and Alyssa made, I think, handmade a banner and made it a friendship bracelet that said like
So
the
cute.
date. She said yes, and it was so cute because I was like, "How'd you guys do this? Like, you ordered it?" And they're like, "No, we put it together piece by piece." I was like, "What?" They went out and they bought like
So cute.
balls. What are those
Yeah.
balls from like in a ball pit? And then they put the letters on themselves.
Oh my God. That's so
It
great.
was so cute. The little like it was just so cute. And then
It
they
was really cute.
you miss it, but after Ryan's mom put together two boards, like you know at a funeral. A
Yeah,
funeral.
she showed me pictures of them, I think,
Oh, she
because
did.
I think so. I feel
Who?
like I remember
Cindy?
that. I think because she made the banner, like the welcome sign on the boat.
Yes.
And then did she show maybe I just saw the pictures on Facebook because she was like really pushing for you to see that welcome sign on the boat.
She was so excited about
Like
it.
you were not like you were obviously just saying hello to people. Steph, look. And like it happened for like a solid minute. And I was just like, she better look at this
She
fucking
is
sign.
so adorable. She has it still, I think, upstairs. She's like, "Do you love your welcome sign?" I'm like, "Yeah, I love it." And she worked, okay, so there's two giant poster boards, like funeral style, of Ryan and I.
Yeah.
And it's so cute. And on the one, on the one, there's just a giant picture of like 15-year-old Taylor Swift.
What?
And then there's just this picture of me, and
That
everyone's
is
like, "You
so
guys kind of look
funny.
similar." I know I don't have makeup on if you're watching. I know I don't look like Taylor Swift. Don't worry. But like, it was just so funny. And I'm like, why is of all pictures too, like Taylor Swift, like a picture I've never seen of her when she's like 15 years old.
Yeah, why
Like,
are you?
I have no idea. And then she's like, just like, but there's no like
That's so
pictures of
funny.
whatever Ryan, there's no like Star Wars pictures on there or whatever Ryan loves, but it was so funny. And I wanted to tell the story. So Taylor Swift related. My grandfather's 96 years old. And my uncle came over yesterday and I guess didn't see the boards, and he looked at the boards, and my grandpa's like, "Who's that?" about the Taylor Swift picture. So Uncle Ed tells him about Taylor Swift, which I've told him about Taylor Swift before, but whatever. Like, and he's like, "Yeah, I heard that her demographic is teenagers to early 20s." And I was like, "No." I was like, "I would say it's more like mid 20s to 30, like 25 to
Or
35,
like,
but
yeah, we'll take teenagers, but like it's teenagers to 30s
right." And
because
I'm
we were
like,
teenagers when she started.
yeah, exactly. I was like, "How dare Uncle Ed disgrace her? Like, disgrace me like that." And not disgrace, but like belittle, like, come on, I'm
Yeah.
about to be 30. So I'm like, "Okay." Yeah, I'm talking to grandpa about her. I'm like, "Yeah, she's like really, really famous right now. I really, she writes all of her own songs and this and this and that." Like, he doesn't know that how much I like, I'm sure we've talked about like the podcast before, but he's 96. Like, he's actually still fully there, but
Yeah.
he doesn't know the level of, how much I'm a fan. So I wake up this morning and I live at home right now. So grandpa's also deaf. And
Oh
this is
no.
probably
Oh
like
my
9
God.
9 a.m. I want to say. And I just hear a giant bass. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, is that ready for it? It was.
He's listening to Ready of all songs.
I was like, what the So I'm like, no, okay, maybe it's not. Because when I came home yesterday, he was blasting music. He's like, I just love it. I love music. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I'm like, this is ready for it. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm hearing things. Like but I heard like
Yeah.
like whatever. And then 20 minutes go by and I hear Fortnite. And I'm like, all right. So I text my cousins. I'm like, I think grandma's listening to Taylor Swift.
Oh my God, that is so cute.
So I go up. I think I saved it. I'm like, I gotta go spy. I go up and it's just blasting Fortnite, and he's just sitting in the living room. And I'm like, Grandpa? He was asleep. He's like, what? And I'm like,
He was asleep.
he's always asleep. I'm like, Grandpa, are you listening to Taylor Swift? He goes, yeah. I wanted to hear what she was all about after Uncle Ed told me she's garbage.
No.
I was like, what do you mean? He's like, it's crap. Her voice isn't that good. This is for young girls. And I was like, Grandpa, it's not crap. And it's not just for young girls. And he's like, it's garbage. I was like, she has a beautiful voice, Grandpa. And he goes, no. I'm like, she's really famous right now. You don't know. And like, and he goes, when she dies, nobody's going to remember her. The second she dies, she'll be forgotten. And I said, you're
Grandpa.
wrong. He goes, I'm 96. I know. I was like, I think you're
Grandpa.
wrong. She has some beautiful love songs. And then
Grandpa did not get a good night's sleep.
no. Well, he's sassy though. He is very, very sassy. When you get old like that, you don't give a shit.
I remember I went to dinner with Grandpa last year. Remember when I came up and we took the boat to the Windlass with your parents and Grandpa?
Oh, and he loves you? If he
But
loves you, he loves you.
no, I know, but I think it's just like he loves anybody. You
No,
know
he
what I
loves pretty
mean?
girls, but yeah.
But like, because I remember your dad was just like, just
Yeah.
don't
Oh no,
listen
he
to him.
hits on every waitress. He hits on every pretty girl. I'd like to take you home with me. I would. He just doesn't have a filter. But
Yeah.
I'm like, honestly, Grandpa, shut up. Like,
Did
I
you play
get
him like
it.
folklore or Evermore?
No, because I was on shuffle. So obviously it was on shuffle. Like, of course, Ready For It was the first song that I played. Like, he's
Yeah.
not gonna like that. So I said shuffle Taylor Swift love songs, and then Slut came on. I was like, well, I'm not making him listen to this. So I left. I just played Lover, and I went downstairs. And I don't know. I kept hearing music. I couldn't make out every
What it
song.
was? Yeah.
Yeah, but it eventually
That's so
stopped after
funny.
30 minutes. But then I think he still said to my dad that it was garbage after that. But what are you gonna
At
do?
least he tried.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know.
At least he
I don't need
tried.
to convince grandpa of anything,
No,
except if he talks about it at my family party and says again that she's not going to remember it after she dies. Like, I need to say, you don't need to like her music, Grandpa, but you're wrong.
for sure.
Yeah. So
Do you think he like was he like a Beatles fan or anything? Like, do you think if you said that she's been compared to the Beatles in terms of level of fame, he'd get pissed? I'd love to see what he would say
I
if
don't
he
know.
like
I don't
loved the
know.
Beatles, you know?
He loves like really, really old stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's 96. So like I don't even know the names. But like my mom texts me, she goes, Grandpa loves these two songs if you want to play them at your wedding for like us to dance to or whatever. But it's like like before the Beatles, like
Yeah, yeah,
before
yeah.
all of that. And he does love music. But
That is so funny.
he also is
Grandpa.
just like, of course, like if you're hitting Taylor Swift shuffle, you're gonna get like the pop songs and they're ready for it. And like, what
Right.
96-year-old man's gonna like that? You know, he
Exactly.
wants. He's like, she doesn't have a good voice, and I'm like, yes, she does. But like, he's hearing the pop stuff. Of course, you know what I mean. It's not,
Of course.
but it was
Grandpa.
upsetting. It was upsetting. It was a
It
shame.
is. Sad.
That's okay, Grandpa. We still love you.
We do. We do, for
Yeah,
sure.
I'll get him a song that he
Sass and all.
likes. I feel like one of her live performances he would like, where she's really belting it. Did you see when Taylor Swift did the murder mashup at whatever show, and she did Carolina with No Body, No Crime?
I didn't see it.
Okay, if anybody out there is listening, I've been running on my treadmill, and I used to be an outdoor runner, but now that I'm home, treadmill, and I have my big screen TV in front of it. So what I've been doing is shuffling a playlist that is all the surprise song mashups. So like I don't know what's coming either. And it's actually really thrilling. It's like it really keeps you running because like I'm watching it while I'm running,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also music because like I'm a music runner. And anyway, that came on, and I didn't think I was gonna be that into it, which I was like, all right, this will be like a slow jog song. I had the chills. I I haven't seen every single one of her surprise song performances,
Yeah,
but
me
I've seen
either.
many. I've seen, I think, every single mashup one except for whatever happened this week. Because of me running so much, like that's all I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing is watching all the mashups. Um, Steph, it was stunning. Like, I don't know
Really?
if people are talking about it. Like, go watch it, and it's not till the
Well,
middle
because
slash
I feel
end.
like sometimes people watch, like, people tune in when it's like, oh, I love that song.
Yeah,
And I don't think Carolina or Nobody No Crime is
yeah.
anybody's like, oh, I love that
Especially
song.
because No Body, No Crime was played for a while.
Right. So, like, I feel like that probably did not get as much, or like, the Travis mashups. Everybody likes to watch those because it's like, oh, let's
Right,
see her smile and let's see his
right,
reaction to her
right.
singing it, like, so I feel like that one probably slipped under the radar because it's not any, like, I like both
Right.
those songs, but they weren't my favorite, like, they weren't like my top tops where I have to go watch what she did. Ooh, I'll have to look at it though.
You have to look it up and tell me if I was just like on a runner's high when I was watching it,
Okay.
but it was something about like the way the guitar was, and it was like, oh no bad and no crime. Like, like it was
Are the
really good.
guitar ones better for your running than the
Is what?
is the guitar better? Like, are you more excited when it's a guitar mashup or a piano
Nope.
mashup?
I've always been like that when I'm running though. It's never sometimes like an upbeat song that I love is always going to be above like a slower song, but if it's a slower song that I love, I'm sent into oblivion. Um So in general, yeah, I would say guitar would be a little bit more upbeat than the piano, but
Yeah.
the thing is that's the thrill. I don't know what I'm watching when she starts playing.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's exciting. And then I always tell myself, all right, because on the treadmill you like can you click your speed. So when the mashup comes, even just hearing people cheer when she switches it up, it makes me excited.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's just like a really an exciting way to run.
I love
And
that.
I'm happy that this week I will have like I don't even know what they were this week.
Okay, well,
Actually, no, I
it's
saw
funny that you say that.
Superstar. Sorry, she
No, yeah,
just did
there's Superstar and Invisible
Invisible
String.
String while
Did
Travis
you
was
see
there.
she did False God and Slut?
Yes and no.
I heard
Like
it. I
they're
haven't
saying
watched
it, and
it.
I know
I
she did
I
slut,
know
but I
she did
didn't
it, but that's one where I'm like, I need to go watch that. Like, I love both those songs.
because I saw somebody saying I didn't
I think
know
she
a
did it
hundred
yesterday
percent.
actually, so it's really new.
Yeah, but I saw like a tweet that like mashed together how like the lyrics of how she mashed it together. Um and I forget exactly what it was, but it was basically saying like she's basically saying fuck you to everybody that had something to say about Travis grabbing her boob in that picture. Did you see all the
Yeah, they were
online
amazing.
shit?
I love them all.
It's
I literally love
I
them
know
all
we
so
talk about
much.
this all the time, but people are so crazy. Like
Oh my God, I know.
like I have to take a step back sometimes because I'm like, this isn't real life. These people, half of these people tweeting this are 2019, like between 15
Yeah.
and 20. Like, and
It,
they are just like we've all been there. Like I can understand where you want to say stuff and you really believe that you're right and you have that reckless sort of vindictive personality on whatever it is that you believe and you just like don't have like a full bird's eye view of everything. Like you're so pigeonholed. Is that the right, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like into your belief. But it's so loud with these people. It's like I feel bad like for Taylor and Travis because I'm like
It's also,
insane.
yeah.
It's insanity.
It's interesting though, because like, and I don't know if I've just gotten the right algorithm on Twitter, but like I will see people saying how stupid other people are for getting
Being
worked up
pissed.
over things, but I never see the worked up piece. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Like maybe someone will screenshot it and post it with their tweet, like being like, you need to calm down. But like, I'm not on the side of Twitter where people are being like absurd.
Angry. Yeah,
Yeah.
I am on both, but this is probably maybe why you're not. I love like if there's a
You
Facebook
click on
fight
it
and
and look
there's
at the comments.
I love looking at
Yeah.
the comments. I don't tweet back. I don't do anything because this is on
Yeah.
my account usually. Um, I love scrolling through the comments and I love it, but it's like one of those things that's like when you have a cavity and like you can't stop doing whatever to make it hurt.
Hmm.
And it's like I can't stop
I
doing
know.
it and it hurts me, but like it fucking infuriates me sometimes. Like how
Yeah.
or I like laugh at how stupid people are,
People
but
also
I'm like,
thought
ah, I
that
get
like they were
so
going to break up because he went to his 13th show yesterday.
yes. So
And they're
there's
like,
that
yeah, the
tweet.
PR stunt is over. 13 games, 13 shows, they're done. But he was there today.
It's so
And
stupid.
speaking of that, like you said, like sending messages in her songs, she did This Is Me Trying in Labyrinth today,
Oh, she did?
as a mashup. I just wanted you to know I'm falling in love again. Fuck you, haters. You know,
Oh my God.
can't make it any more clear.
Oh my God.
And then she did Speak Now and Hey Steven too.
Oh, I love those.
That's gonna be a good running
That's a wow. It
running
will
one.
be. But it's so fun. Ah, I wish you could try it, like just to experience it on my treadmill. Maybe just come over one day to just try it.
Okay.
It's just so fun because like you don't know what you're gonna get, and like even there, like I got to a point where I watched all of them, so I had to start over. But I don't know which one I'm watching. Like I don't remember. There's so
Yeah,
many, and like
it's true.
it's so thrilling. That the one that got me the most, other than Nobody No Crime, wasn't even like me sprinting. I was just so like, holy shit. I was like mesmerized. I was like, oh my God, this is like a fucking performance. It
Yeah.
was crazy. You gotta watch it. Tell me, I want you to watch it. If anybody else there watched it or is going to watch it because they're listening to this, let me know if you feel the same way. Cause like I don't know if it was just like the runners, like holy shit. I did make Ryan listen to it in the car when we were driving down to somewhere. And he doesn't react to things, but he was like, "Yeah, that was really good." But he's not like a like I'm a crazy reactor. Like I
Yeah.
wear my emotions like I'm
Right.
nuts. Um, but he was like, "No, that's really good." And he's, into music, so it if he says he likes it, that's like a good sign. But
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know. So just let me know
Yeah.
like
No,
if you
I'll keep
guys
you
think it was
posted.
an awesome performance. And it's definitely the nobody no crime part that really got chills. And I think it was
Okay.
like halfway through to the end. It's pretty long. It was like halfway through to the end where I was like, "Whoa."
Mm-hmm.
So, let me know.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd like to hear your feedback
I'll
on
keep you
that.
posted.
Yeah. Um I want to talk about some more surprise songs, but can we prior, can you tell
Yeah.
me about you?
Oh, sure. um, so we went to Ireland a couple weeks ago.
Which was already planned.
was planned well in advance. It happened to be we were getting there the day of night 3 of the Dublin show. I have turned Connor's mom and sister into Swifties.
Wait, really? I thought they always liked her.
No. I mean, they've liked her for a few years now, but like
Yeah.
not before, not before me.
No way. Wow.
Because I literally, Con's sister would text me like, I think she texted me like some point last year. And like maybe a year and a half ago. I don't know. But she was like, I don't know why I thought I didn't like Taylor Swift, or like I liked her early on and then like kind of didn't anymore. But she was like, why was I like that? Like, this is so, she was like, All Too Well. That's really, and I was like, that's like our song. Yeah. Like I was like, I know. So they have gotten really, and then the Travis Kelce thing has grown their obsession into more of like, not just like, oh, she's so cool. Look at how great her performances are, but just like to get into like.
Yeah. Because I remember your Connor's mom on your wedding asked me how I felt about that, but it was before they were.
Oh yeah, no, she was like
oh,
she was deep in there by, and like last October we went to watch the movie. We went to the movies to go see the movie. So like they've definitely grown in their Swiftie fandom. So naturally, I found out like maybe 2 months before we were leaving. I was like, oh shit, she's there. And I was like, but it's the first day we get there. Like, and I was like, I've seen her. It's okay. Actually, this was way before, because then when, and Con's mom mentioned it, she goes, Taylor Swift's there. And I was like, yeah, I do. I was like, isn't that crazy? And she was like, we should try to go. And I was like, oh, like, yeah, we can look into it. Like, I don't know how crazy it is to get tickets. Like usually you already had to have gotten them or else you're going to pay like a fortune. So I don't know. But then when she put the TTPD set in there, I was like, oh shit, like I really want to go now. Like I really, 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 really want to go see this live. But again, I was like, I'm not going to, because like Con and his dad were there too. So I was like, I'm not going to like derail this trip for me, because I really want to go see Tortured Poets. And like, I was like, and I don't know if they really would want to sit through a 3-hour concert. Like I know they're Swifties now, but like, are they that, Swiftie? So I was just like, whatever. But Connor's mom was like, we need to go. Like, she was like, I think we really, really need to go. And I was like, okay, like, I'm telling you, like, it's really hard to get tickets. Like, I can't. And Ireland is like really strict about resale and stuff like that. So like nothing was popping up. Like they weren't on StubHub. Like none of the normal like resellers like had them. Yeah. So I was like,
I texted you too. We were texting each other like, oh my God, oh my God.
Yeah,
oh my God.
About what to do.
Yeah, what to do. And then I found that screenshot and it was basically like, if you're in Ireland, if you want to try to go to the Ireland shows, don't, bitch. You can't.
Right. Like, and I was like, okay, like whatever. Said. And then I was just, well, thankfully at least like I kept telling Con's mom, I was like, it's okay. I was like, we can, if we're going anyway, we're not making the trip to do this. We can always just pull up in front of the stadium, see if anybody's selling tickets.
Yeah.
Maybe. And we can get in right then. Like I was like, we don't have to give up.
Or listen to it from the outside.
Right. Like we don't have to give up until we're there and it's Monday, basically. Right. So we're talking about it on Father's Day with my other sister-in-law, Con's brother's wife. And
they didn't go, right?
No, Ireland? They didn't go because
they didn't.
No. And so like Con's mom loves to bring up Taylor Swift, but like not everybody wants to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like she wants to talk to me about Taylor Swift, but like we really need to do it in private. So like, she brings up Taylor Swift in the Father's Day lunch and oh, here we go, like, and everybody's like, shut up. And I was like, it's okay. And then like, Con's sister-in-law, like our other sister-in-law was like, so they said something. Sue was like, oh, I just feel like she's so down to earth. And then they're like, she's a fucking billionaire. Like, she's not down to earth. And like, the sister-in-law, she was like, yeah, I don't know how you could think that. Like, and she's like in her jet flying everywhere. And like, Sue looked at me and I was just like, it's okay. I was like, let's just change the subject, And then I was telling Hannah, Con's actual sister, like she wasn't there because she didn't want to be. And we were talking about it later. And I was like, I just wanted to ask like where her fucking hybrid truck is if Taylor Swift flies her
What?
jet around all over the place.
Wait,
And I was like, if she
why is
gets
she
me mad
saying
enough,
that?
I will do it one time.
Oh, Steph, you are a better person than I am because I can't. Like, I was literally yelling at my grandpa upstairs.
No, but it's like, I also know there's a certain point where people are saying things to see how aggressive
You
Taylor Swift
react.
fans react to it.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I was like, it's okay. Like, just let's stop talking about it, Sue. It's fine. Needless to say, like 2 days later, so this is like mid June because Father's Day. 2 days later, she calls Sue, like my sister-in-law, and goes, I know a guy that can get tickets to like pretty much everything. Do you want me to give you his number to see if you guys can get to Taylor Swift? And Sue calls me. She's like, what do I do? She's like, should I do it? And I was like, yeah, fuck it. Call him. Like,
Yeah.
who cares? We're going to see. So she calls him and he's like, oh, yeah, no problem. I got like 7 tickets to the Paris show last weekend. Like, this shouldn't be a thing. Like, no
How is
problem.
this even possible? Like, how
So
do you even have this
I also will
luck?
say it definitely sounds like it is resale way above face value,
Yeah.
Like I think he's just like a ticket broker
Right.
that like basically like the people that try to buy the tickets to resell them. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe he just
Right.
has more connections because he's been doing this for so long.
Yeah, but especially Ireland, where like I looked up it wasn't obviously just that screenshot. Like I looked up the legitimate rules, and it was like you
Right.
fucking
So
can't.
I was like, so when she called me back, she was like, he said it's gonna be no problem. He said he'd call me on Monday. I think this was like a Friday. And I was like, oh shit, okay, like, so like maybe this is happening. Like, wow. Because before it, honestly, like I was like, we're not going. Like I was refreshing Ticketmaster, but like I
Right.
was like, we are not going to the show. Um, my nephew's birthday was the Tuesday before we left. So we went over to their house for his second birthday and we still hadn't heard from the ticket guy, And then what was it? We left Saturday. Friday, Sue calls me and she's like, he has 3 tickets, but they're obstructed view. But he said he has them, but he's going to try to find better ones. And I said, okay, like, but at least we have them regardless. And I was like, and usually obstructed view is just like, like you're on the side, like there's a screen though, or like maybe you
Right.
can't see this certain part of the show, but you can see most of
But
it.
it's a giant stage. Like you'll
Right.
be
So I was like,
okay.
okay, you know what? Wow, like we have tickets though. Like this is crazy. Like even if it's obstructed view, we're going. Like wow. So we're flying out of Boston, which is like an hour and a half, 2-hour drive. And they come to we're all flying or driving up to Boston together. So they come in and I can tell like this is Saturday now and I'm like, okay, I don't know. I haven't heard from them about tickets or not. So like I don't know what's going on. And Sue was like, okay, she's on the phone with the guy. And I could tell she's not pleased. And I'm like, and Hannah comes in and I was like, Hannah, like Constance, I'm like, what's going on? And she was like, so he called yesterday or maybe it was earlier in the day to say he had 3 floor tickets, but we didn't want floor tickets because
It's standing. It's
it's
like
standing
push your way
only.
to
You
the
don't
front.
have a real seat. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah, fuck that.
We did that already.
get a
And like we
seat.
had seats. And I was like, I'm not going to have my 62-year-old mother-in-law
No.
have to stand and like and you just push to the front, so I was like
Insane.
I was like honestly, and I'd rather kind of see it from the back now. Like I haven't seen it from
Right.
not on the floor.
Right.
So I was like, and she was like, but she was like they were like $2,500 a piece. And I was like, what? And I was like, Hannah, no, you didn't. And she was like, no, I told her that was too much. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. Wait.
And she was
yeah.
like, so then she gets off the phone. I'm like, what's the deal? And she goes, okay. So he says he has 2 tickets in one section and he's going to try to find a third. He thinks he can, whatever. And I go, what happened to the obstructed
3?
view seats? And she goes, for some reason, he doesn't have them anymore. And she was like, and I'm annoyed because I thought he said we would have them no matter what. And I was like, yeah, this is
Yeah,
a
that
little
is
sketchy.
annoying.
So then like, meanwhile, I think she called him like 12 times that day because I
Wait,
know
how
I
does
was
she
there for
know this
like 8 of
person?
them. My other sister-in-law somehow I don't know, knows him somehow,
Oh,
got
so it's
tickets.
the anti-Taylor Swift sister-in-law.
Yes, which is why I was like, okay, I forgive you because she's literally got
She
us
helps.
the
Yeah.
tickets. So eventually
That's
we get
crazy.
to, there's 3 tickets, 2 in one section, 1 in the other, but we're gonna, and then it's like kind of,
Oh, you what? That's
Yeah.
what you guys ended up having?
So yes. So at first, well, first she whispers the price to Hannah. And I still don't know it.
Oh, you
And
didn't
I
hear
was
it? I
like,
thought you were
no,
saying
I didn't hear it. Cause I was like, Hannah, I was like, do not, if this is too much money, do not do this. Like, we don't need to go see this show. But like, obviously, like, but I was like, but if you feel like it's worth it, obviously, then we'll go.
Right.
Like, cause I was like, don't do this for me, basically, is what I was
Right.
trying to tell them.
You and Connor are like that. You're so nice. Just like,
Well, no, but I mean, like, because
No,
I
I know,
didn't know
I
what they
know.
were talking, like, how much it was going to be. And like, but I also knew they weren't going to let me pay for it because we were paying for the trip. So like, I was like, I don't want them to spend thousands of dollars
Right.
for a show I've already seen for the most
Right.
part. So, whatever the price was, Hannah wanted to go enough because Hannah was paying for her own ticket. So like, so she was like, no, it was fine. And I was like, okay, I feel like it was probably still a lot, but like, whatever. So we go through, we're in Boston now, and
You guys left out of Boston?
yeah. And
Okay.
we eat dinner, and then we're like waiting. We're like literally waiting to board our 9 o'clock flight at 9 o'clock at night flight. And we Venmo him. And I was like,
This is so sketchy.
literally, I was like, oh my God, I swear to God, if we don't get these, I'm gonna, like, if this is a scam, like, I was like, I feel like it isn't,
Right.
because like, why would we get recommended him if he
and
fucked
then
someone
two
over?
in one section and one in the other. Like they wouldn't.
Right.
It also
So
seems
essentially, we Venmo him, I think all three, but maybe like separate Venmo. I don't know. And he sends two over right as we're boarding the plane. But he's like, the third ticket I have to get from my guy who lives in Ireland. And it is
a drug deal.
It is 4 a.m. in Ireland, or 3 a.m. So we get on the plane with two tickets, no third. So I'm on the plane and I'm like,
How do you split that up?
no, well, I knew how I was splitting it up. They were
were gonna
going,
not
I
go.
wasn't.
I know you think that. I know.
No, but I also knew that they were gonna be like, no, like, and Hannah was like, I don't
Yeah,
have to
'cause-
go, and Sue was like, I don't have to go, and I was like,
I know. They
"Fuck
weren't
you
gonna ever
guys."
let you not go, Steph.
Exactly, but it was like, I was like, literally, like, the three of us were sitting in a row, and like Connor was somewhere else, and I was like, how do I get to Connor and tell him to tell his fucking mom and sister to go to the show? Like, I was like, I need him to yell at them or something to go, because I'm not going if we only have two tickets.
Nice. No,
But they've
like,
never seen it.
I know that's in your heart of hearts, but like I would say that out loud, but in my heart of hearts, I'd be like, no, but they're gonna push and let me go. Like at the end of the day,
Well,
I'm going.
and I really
don't give a
like,
fuck
I
if
knew that
go.
they
Like,
would try, but I like genuinely was like, no, I'm not going.
no, I
Needless
know.
to say, so
I
we
know that you
land.
genuinely felt that
Right,
in your
right. I hear
heart.
what you're saying.
And like I would say it out loud, but like genuinely my heart would be like,
Not feel
I'm
it.
going.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that.
So,
Like-
so when we land in Ireland, it's like a 5 hour time difference. So we get there and it's 8 a.m. in Ireland. So we're like, great, buddy's up. But then our ticket broker, who's in America, it's fucking 3 a.m. there. So we were like, okay, what's an acceptable amount of time in America to be like, hey, what's going on? Like, give us
I
the
don't
third
know.
ticket. So I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, like if we text them at 11 this time, it's 6 in the morning. Like I was like, maybe that'll be
Does
fine.
he wake up early on a Sunday? Was it a
Didn't
Sunday?
even have to worry about it because he got us that last ticket within like an hour and a half of us landing at like 9:30 in the morning Ireland time.
Oh shit.
Literally. So I was like, wow, we didn't even have to like.
Is this his like full-time job?
Yes.
He's just really nice. Oh, okay.
No, I think it is. So then we have 3 tickets and it's like, okay, like now I have to, and then I told them too, I was like, we're going to be fine. Like, cause it was one section apart. And I was like, we're just all going to go into the same section. If people around us, like once we're standing, it's no problem. If people around us have an issue with it, I'll go by myself. One of us, I guess, will go by herself. Everybody's saying, oh, it'll be me, it'll be me, it'll be me, you know? And I'm like, I think we're gonna be fine. We don't have to worry about this. So anyway, we go through the whole day of Ireland and I'm like fucking exhausted by this point. Cause like, obviously we just like got off the plane.
Yeah, where you're even if you sleep, it's not a good sleep.
No. And like, we didn't because it was like we couldn't check in until 4. So we went to the Guinness tour, like did all this shit. And then like
fucking worst.
got back.
Wait.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry. Wait,
You
what?
scared me.
Hello, cat.
We went to the
Louis?
Guinness factory.
Is that Louis?
No, it's Fredster.
Wait, why does Fred still look dark? Oh,
Ow.
you look light now.
Ow.
You looked like
Don't freak
Louis.
out.
No, he looked like Louis.
Well, he's gone
Because
now.
Freddie's like the more orangey-ish one.
Yeah, he's lighter. If you
That
saw a
didn't look
picture of
like
Louis, you'd.
that didn't look like Freddie. That looks
I
like Louis.
promise.
I believe you.
It wasn't this moody bitch.
Okay, that's darker. Yeah.
He's really dark. Okay, so we're
Oh,
like
wait a minute.
touring Ireland.
You landed at 11
Eight-
a.m. You said
8 in the
a.m.?
morning.
And you guys could not go to your place.
Couldn't check in until 4
What time? PM?
p.m.
Well, duh, that was stupid of me. I'm sorry. And what time's the concert?
Was it 7? I think 7.
What the fuck?
Steph,
I thought
like
in my head,
literally,
we
Steph,
were
like I'm not,
texting. Go ahead.
when we were
sorry.
texting, we were driving back to the hotel from a day in Ireland, and I was like, I only have 40 minutes to get into my room. I like washed my body to be like wake up. Like obviously I smelled bad from like basically
Yeah,
24 hours
from
of travel.
traveling.
And then I told you, I was like, I'm putting my fucking red sweatshirt on. Like I'm not like, and I didn't pack anything major for an outfit anyway, but I was just
Right.
like, I can't do this. Like, and I told Connor, I was like, we literally had 35 minutes to like get out the door again. Cause we were taking a train in from where our hotel was. And I was like, right now, if you told me I didn't have Taylor Swift tickets, I'd be pumped. I'd be like, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you would like lose your shit because of how.
No,
like,
because then I'd be like, all right, I'm going to bed. I'll see you guys in the morning. Like
that's how you felt.
I was so tired. Like
Yeah, no, I know
literally
what you mean.
so
Though. I know
tired.
that feeling.
Obviously, once we started going and like we got on the train and we like saw like Swifties and stuff, like it was like, okay, I'm good. And then like literally like on the way home, like Con was like, how was it? And I was like, oh my God, I had the time of my fucking life. Like this, like, thank God I went. But like I was exhausted.
Wait, though.
Okay.
I just genuinely like I thought you got to your thing, relaxed the whole day, and
No.
then went out. I cannot
No.
believe Holy Mother of God.
No.
Second, genuinely, that's crazy. Okay, question. Did you know that the whole time that you weren't going to be able to check until 4? Like, did you know it was going to be like, hey guys,
we
we're
knew
not gonna
check-in
get
was
until
around
4,
4. We
and we're
want
gonna whip it around.
Yes. So we knew check-in was around 4. We thought we'd be able to check in early, but it just was not. And then we actually ended up having to wait for the room until like 4:15 or 4:20. So,
Dear God.
it was crazy because like yeah, I think our train ticket was at like 5, maybe close to 6. Maybe it was like close to 6, but like we had to walk like 15 minutes to get there. So like we had to leave the hotel by like 5:30.
When did you get your train ticket? Like that
On
day
the
while you
drive
guys
to
were
the
out?
hotel. I was like, because the
How'd
guy
you
that was
figure that
driving,
out? Oh my God, that's like this is like giving me like I'm so happy you guys got there. I know you got there a little late, but like
dude, I know.
I already am like pre-looking up routes and I'm like, how close
No, I know
is
we
it to
didn't
this?
have.
How do we get there?
Well,
What do we
'cause we
do? We're in a
also-
different country.
Because we had like our driver, like when he picked us up from the
Right.
airport, he was like, we should leave Dublin early because I don't know if you've heard, but a certain singer is in town. And we were like, oh, funny enough, we're going. And he was like, wait, really? And we were like, yeah. And you could tell it was like, oh fuck, they're gonna want me to pick him up. You know, like
Right.
they're gonna and to be fair, we
See-
kind of thought he would. But we thought it would be because because our hotel was like 40 minutes from Dublin.
Okay.
So we thought, oh, they'll probably just stay in Dublin till after the show. We'll walk however
Right.
many miles we have to get out of the rush of things and we'll go home. Needless to say, they were kind of like,
Way
he
too
was like,
tired.
hey, there's like a train that literally a stop is at the stadium. And he was like, and there's a stop not far from the hotel. That might be better. And we were like, and you won't have to drive in. Con and his dad weren't planning on going back in. So we were like, okay, like we'll do that. But then like as we're driving back to Dublin or back to the hotel to check in, I'm like, all right, I guess I'll like look this up. Cause like,
Yeah.
what if we need to? And sure enough, like on the train website, it was like, there's going to be high demand today. You need tickets. You can't buy tickets on the train or whatever. Like, you know, like you need the tickets ahead of time. So I'm just like buying,
Dude.
and literally, Steph, they were $6.
Oh, that's so fucking cheap.
So cheap. It was unbelievable. It was $15 total for all of us.
Okay. That's amazing. Question about your driver. Was he a 24-hour kind of guy? Like if you had said, no, we want you to pick us up, would he have had to?
I think he would have, but I think it would have been like
Extra?
really fighting us hard on it. No, I mean like he was with us. Like if we said we want to go into Dublin and sit outside the Taylor Swift concert, like, and we want you to take us, like he would have.
So
Would
as
have.
his job, he had to cancel his plans as if he was on vacation. Like, I can't do anything this week because I'm at these people's beck
Well,
and
that is
call.
his job.
No,
He's
no, that's what I'm saying. It's his job. So like,
yeah.
but it's basically like he doesn't have hours.
No, like his job was no, I mean like his job was basically going on vacation with us, I guess, if you look
That's
at it
a
that
wild
way.
job.
I mean, normally it's golf tours, like golf groups. So it's normally like, okay, I'm going to drop them off at the course. I'll pick you up in 5 hours. I'll take you to whatever place you want to go. And then I'm going to make sure you don't get in trouble when you go out and get pissed drunk at a bar.
Yeah.
Basically. But no, I mean like he like went out to dinner with us every night, stayed
so
stayed out with
nice.
us at the bars and stuff.
Yeah.
So he was really great. Like it was a
Right.
great time. But I think he would have probably had to. But I think he knew when we said we were going. He's like, all right, I'm going to make sure I don't have to do this. And then
Right.
he just hung out with Gon and his dad the whole time.
Oh,
And
so
they were wasted when we got back from the concert.
did he stay with you guys?
Yeah.
Or did he just live nearby? No. Oh, so he physically went with you guys
He had a hotel room everywhere we had one.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wild job. Kinda
Literally.
cool.
And this was the first time he had a trip like this where it was truly just like taking a family,
vacation,
basically. Yeah. Because normally it is just like the golf trips. But
Could his like girlfriend come? Did his girlfriend ever come with him?
no. We almost met her because we went up to Belfast, which is where he was from. So we almost met her then. We
Is that
almost
again
went to
from
her house for
Ireland?
tea. Well,
He lives in
Belfast is
in
Northern Ireland.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
different country.
Yeah. So we
That's
went up there the next day after Taylor Swift. We went to Belfast.
You did go to Belfast for a day?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But that's what I mean. Like, that's why we needed to have the driver. Because, like, we probably drove at least 3 hours every single
Right.
day. And I would never be able to.
Did you do the Game of Thrones tour?
No, we didn't.
Did you go to that thing? I forget what it's called.
Cliffs of Moher?
No, that's in Ireland.
Oh, you mean
did
in
that.
Belfast?
Yeah.
We went to the Titanic Museum.
Oh, I didn't know that existed. That's cool. I didn't
Yeah, they
go
built
there.
it there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't
I
either
did the Game of
until-
Thrones tour when I was in Belfast, which was cool.
Oh,
we
yeah,
like
no, I
met an
didn't do that
actor
one.
and everything. And
I wonder if they
but
don't have it
on-
anymore because he didn't even mention it.
Oh, the only reason I knew is because when I originally went to Ireland when we were in college and I didn't really watch Game of Thrones, one of the girls I was in Ireland with was staying and then going to Northern Ireland to do the
To
Game
do
of
the
Thrones
tour.
tour. So I
Yeah.
knew to look it up, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
no, we just did
obviously it's
we went to
different
like
now.
a history, like, obviously like the history of like the IRA and stuff in Northern Ireland, and then we did the Titanic, and then we went back.
Oh, that's cool. I wish I did that.
Yeah, it was cool.
Um,
Honestly, I cried during it. Like, it was kind of sad, but like
Love crying.
it was good.
Yeah. Wait, okay, so
okay.
back to the concert.
Back to the concert.
Sorry. Sorry.
So we get to the
listeners, sorry,
train, and
I
like
didn't get to ask Steph about it.
yeah, true. We didn't really talk much about
About
it.
your trip.
We get to the train, and I try to scan the ticket, and it's not working. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Wait, you're
Um,
joking.
No, it wasn't
Wait,
working.
the train ticket I'm sorry, train ticket?
The train ticket. Like you know how like the train has the thing to get in,
Yeah.
like the turnstile type stuff. It wasn't
Yeah.
working, so it wasn't opening. I was like, what the fuck? So then this couple comes up to go in, and I was like, excuse me, like, do you know how to work this? And they were like, oh, you just need your card. And I was like, we don't have a card. I was like, this is what I have on my phone.
Yeah.
And it's like a QR code or something. And they're like, oh, we've never seen that. And they're like, oh, it's probably this thing. And I was like, yeah, no, it's not working. And they were like, well, just come in behind us. Like, we'll scan you in. And like, they were like, you have a ticket. So if somebody questions it when you're on here, like, you're fine. We're like, okay, like, cool. Makes sense. So we get on, and then we get to the stop that I bought the ticket to, like from point A to point B. We get to point B, and I'm looking up where we are compared to the stadium, and we're like a mile and a half. And I'm like, oh, okay, like we just gotta walk a mile and a half, not a big deal. So we're
Did
following.
he say that it was right there?
Yes, but he didn't really give me like I was like, what's the name of the train station so I can buy the ticket? And he was like, oh, I think it's probably Connolly. Wasn't. So anyway, we're following Swifties. A certain, like, one group of Swifties goes out of the train station. A different one just loops around the track. most of them start looping around the track off the train we got off of. And I was like, we're following them, like follow them.
Right.
So we just like go behind all the sparkles and get onto
Go
this other
behind-
train.
Follow
And
the sparkles.
literally. And I was like, okay. And this is the like, and then it was like, there was no maps to like read. So I'm like, I don't even know where we're going, but obviously we're going in the right direction. Like, you know, we're going.
Did you not look it up on your GPS on your phone?
Well, I did once we were like, I was trying to see what station names were to be like, oh, there's Aviva Stadium station. Duh, we're on the right.
Yeah.
Like what color are we on? Like, you know, of like the lines or whatever.
Got
But
it.
regardless,
Okay.
I knew we were fine because we were with all the Swifties.
Taylor Swift. Yeah.
So, literally we're like on it. And then I'm getting nervous because I'm like, well, nobody's going to check our tickets right now because obviously like
There's too many.
it's mayhem right now.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what if people check our tickets coming home and they see that we should be walking to the other station to get, you know what I mean? Like I was being too
Yeah.
anal about it. But then I realized when we got there, literally just like droves of Swifties were walking. I was like, they are not checking tickets on the way in. Like there's no shot they were ever going to be able to track this.
Well, thank
So-
God they were only $6, so you didn't feel like shit. Like,
Yeah, right. So I was like, okay, it'll be fine, whatever happens. And then we were like freaking out because I was like, oh my God, we have to switch trains to get home. Like, what if we pick the wrong thing to switch to? Like, we were like, oh shit, like, oh my God. Like, we were like, okay, a problem for later, like, not now. So then we're like kind of stressed when we scan the tickets because, you know,
The Taylor Swift tickets?
the Taylor Swift
Okay.
tickets. So now
So
we're
you're at
going
the
in.
stadium. So
Yeah, and
why'd you guys get there late? Like, did the train just take longer than you thought?
So the train was at like right before 6 or around 6, the train left. And it was like a 30-minute train ride. So, well, to the station we were supposed to get off of. So then it ended up being like we got to the stadium around like 6:40. It must have been earlier. When does she come out? 7:15.
I don't know.
I think she came out at
Because it's different.
7:15 and I
Yeah.
think we were there around 6:30. So like it was just the timing of getting there.
Oh, like you guys just like you knew as you were
We
going.
knew
that
we
you were
weren't gonna
miss
make it.
Openers.
Yeah. Well, also because we literally we would have had to been dropped off in Dublin at 3:30 p.m. to make the openers with the way.
What time do they start? I gotta look that up.
Oh, I think they start like 5 or something, but like we would never have been able to go to the hotel,
Right.
change, whatever, and get back
Right.
for them. We would have had like, and at one point we were like, should we just like stay here in our fucking airport clothes? Like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
But then we went home anyway. We were like, whatever. So the tickets scanned in just fine. And then we were like, okay, like, well, then I like hadn't barely eaten all day because like, you know, my stomach
Yeah.
was weird from traveling and stuff. So we got some like chicken fingers and like made our way to our seats.
Did they have
And-
classic chicken tenders like a classic
They
stadium?
did. Yeah, they did. And then it was basically like, so we get there and there's like some open seats around the 2 seats we have, but like the 2 seats we have, there's a couple in one side of us and then 2 girls on the other. And 2 like probably 40-year-old women, I should say. So I'm like, all right, how do I approach this? Like obviously-
there was a third open seat. Like,
not right next to the 2 seats we had basically. And then I don't know how seats are going to fill up, you know? So we kind of, the 3 of us go in and like just stand in the 2 seats we have. And then I talk to the girls on both the girl and the couple on either side of us. And I'm like, do you mind if once the show, like it can be once the show starts, if you feel like it's too crowded right now, but like, do you mind if the 3 of us just like share these 2 seats? Like we have 1 ticket somewhere else and we really just like don't want to split up. And most like the 2 girls on it one time were pretty drunk. So like they were like, well, we have 2 too. And I was like, no, I'm not asking you to go to the 1 seat.
right.
We just want to sit, like squeeze 3 in here. Like if that's okay. And they're like, oh, we don't care. We're going to be dancing. And I'm like, okay, no problem. And then the couple next to us, like the girl was kind of like, what? And I was like, I'm not asking you guys to do anything. I just like, if we stay out of your way, like, is it fine? And they were like, oh, okay. And then basically one of the girls on the one side of us got up to get a drink. So like Sue and Hannah sat down and I was like, I'm just going to go sit on, and there was like an open, like, it was like 3 seats or 4 seats, a little open space. And then the 2 girls, us, and then the other
Okay.
couple. So it was like, I was like, oh, I wonder if worst case scenario, we can make them take our 2 seats. And then we'll
Yeah,
take
like
their 2 seats and have the open space. So like one of us just stands in the open
right.
space. I was like, I'm going to ask her. The girl that was left was way more drunk than the other one. So she did not understand what I was asking her
Oh,
to do. So I was like, you know what? It's okay. So then I was like, and then her friend came back and there was an empty seat next to that open space, like still. And I didn't know if people were there and left to get drinks or like obviously it was still before
right.
the show. So people might be coming. So I was like, I'm just going to go sit over there until someone kicks me out
Right.
or until the show starts and we can move. So I sit over there and then I'm talking to this other, like the girl, like the one other friend, and then we're just like chatting about everything. And we're like, oh yeah, so excited, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, my daughter like would have loved to come, but like she wasn't a Swiftie when we got tickets. Like she's 9. So like things change fast for her. So like we're like hitting it off or whatever. And then like 5 minutes maybe before the show starts, she goes, why don't I sit in that seat that you're in and we'll just move down one and then you can sit with your, and I was like, what a great idea. Even though I suggested this to your friend 20 minutes ago, but yeah, that's so sweet.
So
Thank
funny.
you. Like, so I was like, thank you so much. And she was like, yeah, we're going to be up anyway. And I was like, no problems. So then we did. So then I got to sit like, and then the person in that one seat never showed up.
That's
so
crazy.
we did not have any issues.
Was the other seat in the other section better or worse?
It was a little bit better. It was like a few rows lower, but like at that point, it's not anything crazy.
But you guys had amazing seats.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm fine.
Obstructed view. You were like
no, because they weren't the obstructed view seats.
Oh right,
because
you guys were like had like 100 level. Was the stadium not as big?
Well, it's hard to tell because like I couldn't really get a feel for MetLife I wasn't really looking at the stadium, like when we were down in MetLife, because we were down there,
We saw Taylor's arm hair.
Exactly. So like
Ryan
I wasn't
loves
really
bringing that quote up. He's like, Steph said like they could literally see her arm hair because you said that when we got her after. Yeah,
I did.
You're like, Ryan, we saw her arm hair.
I mean, we did. No, so it was just like, it was so good. And I like loved seeing it from not the floor, honestly, because it was just like so cool to see everything and like pay attention more to the dancers and all that kind of stuff. The Tortured Poets set.
Yeah.
It is so fucking good. I was like, oh my God, it's like a fucking musical. Like, and it felt so big and just like, I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy I saw this.
Because obviously we watched it when it came out, but like obviously being there is so different.
No, it's so different. Because even like the pieces of it where I was just like, oh, this is just okay. Like Fortnite and Down Bad, like compared to the big bangers, right? Like Smallest Man Who Ever Lived and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and Who's Afraid of Little Women? Like, beside, like Down Bad and Fortnite feel like some of those, like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like that.
But I was just like, oh my God, like this is so cool. Like, oh, it was all so good. Who's Afraid of Little Me is crazy. Smallest Man Who Ever Lived is nuts. Oh,
nuts. Steph, I can't believe how that worked out. Like, I
literally
just
unbelievable. And then it was crazy too, because then we had like our entire vacation where like at the end it was like, oh, what was your favorite part? And I was like, I guess I have to, like, besides Taylor Swift, like, because I kind of forget we did it. Like, it's been like a week since we were there, but
it's insane
it was so
that you
good.
got to do that. Wait, so I want to ask too, like, how did you feel? So Torture Poets, obviously, amazing, all that stuff. And then I was watching, I live streamed it, and I really thought when she started talking that Stevie Nicks was going to sing with her.
Okay.
So you got the Stevie Nicks. So you got
we got Stevie Nicks,
Clara Bow, and You're on Your Own, Kid.
Yep. So we knew Stevie Nicks was at the show before it started.
Oh, okay.
The rumor had spread before. So we knew she was there. So I like told Sue and Hannah, I was like, we're going to get Clara Bow tonight. Like if Stevie Nicks is here. And then I was like, but would she come out to sing it with her? Or would she just like, whatever. I was like, I'm not really sure if she'll come out, but like, it'd be obviously really cool. So Clara Bow has been in my top since Torture Poets came out. So like I was fucking psyched that
That's
I knew
so
it was
good that you
happening,
got
like I was
that.
like, oh my God, I'm getting a Claire bow. This is so crazy.
And
then
her
I
saying
also
Taylor Swift is wild, by the
yes,
way. I
well,
literally
and
was
that's
like,
what I was waiting for too, because I was like, oh my God, if she doesn't sing that part and doesn't let us scream Taylor
because
Swift at her,
she mixed it
she
up with
mashed it up
the,
with Lucky One. But she did
yes.
sing it still.
But she did. Oh no, I know. I was waiting for. I was like,
Yeah,
she
because then I was worried. I was
better.
like, please don't do this to us. Please don't do this to us.
Yeah.
We all want to scream Taylor Swift at you. Like,
Yeah.
we
And
want to scream
also
it so
like
bad.
her saying her own name is like there's just something like weird. It's
It's
like
wild.
carpool karaoke, like
Mm-hmm.
watching them sing their own songs in the car.
It like it was so good, and it also made me appreciate Lucky One more because that's not usually one that I'm a
good.
fan of. And then, but I like the
makes
concept
so
of
much
it. It's
sense.
just never like a song I like on Red that I'm like, oh yeah, I love that one. You know?
Right. Because
So it
it's
was
not
also
as
just
like
like, wow,
it's
this
her
is a great
fame. We're
mashup of
not
these
famous.
two concepts. Duh. Um, so that was really
When she was
good.
giving the speech, did you think Stevie Nicks was coming out?
Um, Honestly, no, I didn't. And I think it maybe was because like I didn't like because it wasn't like there was a song you'd know they would 100% sing together.
Right.
So I was like, unless like Stevie Nicks is like, I've learned Clara Bow front and back, I got you, girl. Like I was like, she'll probably just sing Clara Bow because she's here and maybe not have her come out. Or like, I don't know. I didn't really think she was gonna come out. And then especially once she started talking, it didn't feel like the talk of like, I have a surprise. You know, like it
I
didn't
thought it
feel like
was.
it. Oh, did
Literally,
it?
I airplayed it. I'm like, Ryan, Stevie Nicks coming out. Started talking. I was like, Ryan, oh my, like I genuinely believed because of her speech,
Oh my
Stevie
God.
Nicks
See,
was
I
coming
like, I
out.
don't know. And she kind of looked over at the tent when she was like, I have a friend here. And she kind of like looked at the tent. So I was like,
Oh,
okay, she's in the tent still. You
yeah,
know, so maybe that's what it was. Maybe because I could
right.
tell.
You could
Because
tell
like I
like
knew
that
she
she was
was over
looking.
in that tent or whatever. That
Yeah,
like maybe that's what it was. Like since I saw her do it, but you couldn't tell where she was looking when, you know.
right.
Um, so that was really cool. And then like it was funny because I know like she plays You're on Your Own Kid all the
All the
fucking
time.
time. So like I know, and also it was like just kind of crazy because she didn't mash it up. But
I know
Stevie
because
Nicks
I
loves
thought
that song.
yes,
Which so
yeah,
I was like, wait, I do love that like she just played it like
for Stevie.
two songs for her again, but like
Yeah.
You're on Your Own Kid was the one Stevie requested, and then she just played the one that like she says Stevie Nicks in.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you how you felt because I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh my God, she's playing your own. You're on your own, kid. She's 100% gonna mash it up because I didn't know until after that like Stevie Nicks loved that
Me
song.
either. So I was like, wow, she didn't. Wow, I was like, oh, she didn't
Yeah.
mash this up.
So I was waiting literally the whole time. I was like, oh, she's gonna mash it up now, and she never did. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
no, I
now,
thought
like I
the
was
same
waiting for
thing.
it, and then I saw so much hate online for it.
Okay,
Like,
so
people being disappointed,
I saw
and I
that
was like,
too, and I saw people like getting like, oh, it's just like Maroon where she plays it so fucking much, like blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, like people on the live stream can complain about that all they want because they're not seeing it in
they're not
person.
seeing it.
And I was like, I get to scream, let's make the friendship bracelets
Yeah.
in person.
And
And I was like, I'm in. And now when I watch the Eras Tour movie, it's a song I heard or saw
yeah.
live, you know? And I was like, you know what? Fuck everybody that's acting
Yeah.
like this is shit. Like,
Yeah, I was wondering that because I was like, yeah, watching on the live stream, I was like, oh, okay, like,
I was like,
great.
well, I was surprised it wasn't a mashup at the time, you know? Like, I was like,
Yeah,
oh, weird. I was like, weird.
yeah,
But like, I'm happy I heard You're on Your Own, Kid. Like, there's other, like, if there was other songs that she didn't mash up, I'm glad it was that one, I guess. But yeah, but you know, afterwards when it was like, no, that's like Stevie Nicks loves that song. I was
so
like, oh,
awesome.
that makes it so much better
Yeah,
that she did that for her. But like,
yeah. No, but I was wondering how you felt because I was like, I almost feel like I've heard that song live because it's on the movie and you hear it and this and that, but hearing it live must be a different experience because it's like, wait, is anybody disappointed in that? Unless and
you've
not even
been to the shows
disappointed.
that have done it multiple times.
Yeah. And even if
Exactly.
you have, who cares? Like,
Because
then
I
give it,
kind of thought it at first too when it started playing. I was like, oh, I've had that. Like, you know, we've heard this
yeah.
one, but then I was like,
No, I
yeah,
haven't.
but I haven't fucking heard it live. Like, I'm
Yeah,
acting
what
like
am I?
I've heard this live
Right.
and I haven't.
That's what I was
Um,
wondering because my brain was almost like that. Like, oh, I've heard this one. I was like, oh, Steph's
yeah.
heard this one before. And I was like, wait, no, she hasn't.
And I'm like 100% sure that like if I was at home, I would be like, that sucks. But at the
Yeah.
same, but it was also one of those things where like Like Clara Bow has been in my top 3 of tortured poets. So like
That's so
I didn't care
exciting.
what happened after it, you know? Like, and I almost was like, why did you play the lucky one with it? Just give me all, like, only Clara
Right.
Bow. Even though she sang all of it, you
Right.
know, like she sang the whole of Clara Bow.
And
She
she
just added
actually
the
just
lucky one in there.
extended the song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I was like, I'm perfectly fine with this. And then, but yeah, no, I like afterwards, I was like, no, that was sick. Like, I'm happy I got You're on Your Own, Kid. Like, yeah, obviously, I don't know what the alternative would have been. Like, if it was Slut and False God, I would have fell to the floor.
Right. No,
But
but you
like,
got such good
it's nice to see,
songs.
like, you got a classic.
And Stevie Nicks was there. And I didn't know, and I
Okay.
guess you didn't either, that fucking
No
Travis was there.
clue. No clue he showed up. So so it was weird because, okay, so apparently he showed up during Folklore, August. Everybody's seen
Yes,
the
I saw
video of
that
her,
video.
like, you know. And it's funny because I saw her make that face
Oh, you
like on
did?
the screen, but I just thought she saw a cute costume or something in the crowd, you know, like that was like, you know, oh,
Right.
cool. So I was like, she looks cute, you know, like whatever when she did
Right.
it, but like, oh, she's having such a good time, you know, like that's kind
It's
of like what
crazy
I
that
was
you
thinking
remember
when I
it
saw
though.
it. No, but I literally did because I was like, oh, what did she see? Like, you know, I was like, what did she see down there? Um, and then in Tortured Poets, she did
Archer.
the Archer to transition into So High School. So I was like, oh, is she just adding that now? Like, is she just doing that? Because I feel like she did it when Travis was there. And like, obviously, he was already there by that point because Folklore's before. So I was like, huh, I guess she's just doing it. I guess she's just doing it. And then at one point, Sue was like, are we going to hear Karma as the guy on the Chiefs? And I was like, she
Yeah.
only does it when Travis is at the shows, from what I remember and like from what we all know. And like, I was like, so then obviously we're like, and then she's like, Karma is the guy on the Chiefs. And I was like, I guess she does it all the time now. Like, I was like, I'm
I can't
wrong.
believe you got to hear that,
Yeah,
Steph. How was
I know.
hearing it?
Because I was like, wait, what? And then like we all looked at each other and I was like, I thought she, and then like the girls next to me, they were like, I thought she only did that when he was here. And I was like, me too, but maybe, I guess not. Like, we were like, I guess maybe she's just doing it now because she's just like so in love. I don't know.
Dude, how was hearing it though? I feel like it's like in my head, I'm like, it's a conspiracy. Like I know she says it outwardly, like I know it's talked about, but like, how is hearing her say those words, being like,
It's
oh my God,
just,
she's acknowledging in my presence that she's dating
okay.
Travis.
I didn't really think of it that way. What it is in person is like, the eruption of the crowd is what is
Yeah.
like, oh my God, like people just fucking love this shit. Like, it's not so much of like me thinking about her singing about Travis. I guess it's more of just the like, everybody's kind of like gets a little quiet, you know, like, and then
Yeah,
it's like when she
to
does, it's
hear
like,
it.
yeah, like everybody's so fucking pumped.
I'm so jealous.
But yeah, and then like literally, we were on the train home and we were like, oh my God, he was fucking there. He showed up in the middle of
My
it. We were like,
God.
what the hell?
That's so crazy. You got a Trav show. Like that's why like that's
Literally.
just
And
so
it's kind of
crazy.
nice too that I didn't know it because he
Right.
was in the tent that was like across, like it wasn't like the tent that I wouldn't be able to see.
Fuck, Steph, I wish
Granted,
you
granted, I couldn't see anything
right.
specific in there, but if I knew he was there, I
You would have
probably could
been
have been like, that's a
there.
tall dude. It's definitely
Right.
him. You know, like I think if I knew, I would be looking there more. Um, but yeah, it was crazy. And like, and that was like, I think the first time he did the like, you know, cheering for her on the way out. Like, I think that was the first night he did that. And it was
Oh my
just
God. What an amazing show that you got to go to and
so
amazing
cool.
seats. And
Ugh,
like the last minute of it all like makes it even that much more fun. Like I feel like
crazy.
times like that I've had where you're like not sure and then it happens or like
Well,
oh
and I
like it's
literally
almost
like
like more
I
surreal.
texted, yeah, exactly. And like I texted Courtney, because it was like 5 p.m. I think it was
Yeah.
6 p.m. when the show, like, because the show ended at like 10:15. Also, I've never had a better experience getting home. We got in that first train out, and the train, we didn't have to switch. It went right to our stop we needed to get to.
Why didn't
I
you do
was,
that on the way there?
I don't know. Maybe it was like a express line or something. I don't know. But we literally, I think the show ended around 10:15. I was taking a shot at the hotel bar at 10:50.
What?
Literally. Because
That's
I
so
booked like the
amazing.
tickets
You
I
took a
booked to
shot?
leave.
That's so cool.
Connor,
Was really drunk.
The three drunk men had 3 shots waiting for us when we got back. And then
That's
they were
so
all like, "Oh my God,
sweet.
tell us about the show. How awesome was it?" And we were like, "We got to soak this up because they're going to hate hearing about it
I was gonna say,
tomorrow."
like, what? Connor said that?
No, they were like so pumped. They were
Wait,
so
did you
drunk,
guys
though.
drink during the show?
No, not a thing. I thought I was only going to drink that whole day, but then obviously they gave us shots, and then
Yeah.
they got us a bottle of prosecco to have,
That's
and it was
really
like
nice, though. That's so
it was
fun.
really nice, but it was just like, oh, I was still riding a high. I didn't really need this, but
Oh my God. So what was your favorite moment of that show?
I mean,
Do you think?
obviously, Torture Poets, 1,000%.
The whole, like, over the surprise songs?
Yes, easily, easily. Like, because it's also just crazy because, like, obviously everybody's really excited for surprise songs, but like, since I hadn't seen Tortured Poets yet, I was just like,
Right.
holy fuck,
It's
I
a whole
can't. Like,
set.
yeah, like, and it was like after, like, because it's right after 1989, I think.
Yeah.
Like, when she disappears after 1989, I was like, oh my God,
Dude.
like, here it comes. Like, also, it's funny too, because like, I haven't watched many of the live streams besides watching the Tortured Poets set for the first time.
First time,
she did
same.
it. And then like surprise songs if I caught them. So I didn't like, I knew she was switching things around, but like, I didn't know she switched the one for Cardigan on the
Yeah,
roof.
I did because that's Ryan's favorite song, and I had to tell him, I'm like,
I had
honestly.
no idea, Steph. So I'm sitting there and I'm like she gets on the, like, you know, Folkmore starts,
Yeah.
she's on the roof, and it's like, I'm like singing, and it takes me about 45 seconds. And I was like, I'm singing Cardigan. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I just like, she took the one out. I didn't realize that. And
That's
I think
so
I
sad.
knew
I'm
at the
actually really
beginning.
sad about that, but yeah.
I am too, because I was gonna, you know, like, I love the one. So I was like, oh my God, I didn't know she did this, even though I must have known, but like forgot.
Yeah.
So it was just kind
No,
of fun
because
because everything was
like,
different,
right.
as much as it was like
Which is
still
so
kind of
fun.
the same. But
Wow, that is so amazing that
no, trust me, you're gonna be more excited.
It
Oh,
worked
well, I
out.
guess cat's out of the bag. You're gonna be more excited for Tortured Poets than surprise songs.
surprise
Like,
songs.
it's literally gonna, and oh God, it was just like, Who's Afraid of Little Me is fucking wild. It's like an
Dude.
out of body experience when you're just like screaming it with her. Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, I wanted to record the bridge, you know, like when they're marching and stuff.
Yeah,
but
did you record
I
anything?
literally, okay, I recorded a few things, but basically nothing, Steph. Because I wanted to, I'll send you the video of me. I was like, I'm going to record this bridge because I fucking love this drum stuff. I couldn't. I was like, no.
You could not sing.
You were sent by some. Like, I literally don't even think I got like I think I got them lining up to do the march, and then I was like, I have to put my phone away. I have to
Yeah.
experience this.
That's it's a tricky thing.
I
'Cause
know.
you don't want
So
every-
what I recorded was like, I tried to record like when all the hands go up for the man, and then like the 22 hat, because I think that's just a cute thing. So like I kind of tried to record like the moments that like everybody remembers from the tour, or like
Yeah.
are a big thing about the tour, because I obviously didn't know what they were the first time, like when we were experiencing it for the first time. So I was just like, oh, it'd be nice to see the 22 hat. And then I recorded Enchanted a little bit because I walked down the aisle to Enchanted. So like there was some stuff that like I just like kind of, I honestly did not, if I go back to my
And also
pictures
because
from then.
we've seen it already. Like I recorded,
Right, so it was
you
just- and-
recorded like everything from her,
And it
where
was
we could see
also
her
sort of
arm
like,
hair.
I have pictures of her arm hair.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need
literally.
these, you know, like
Yeah.
I don't need these pictures. Like, okay. So like there's when I sent you the picture of my outfit,
Yeah.
that's the next day.
Oh yeah.
So I
that's
literally
nothing.
only did a few, like,
When I go back to last year, I have to scroll like 4 times through all my shit. Like
me too. But then like we have a shared album. So like Connor's mom put more stuff in there, but she only put like pictures she took of us from Taylor Swift.
yeah,
Not,
I,
like,
I kept saying I want to see all 3 of you together, and like I never got.
I know, but the pictures are so fucking bad.
Oh, can you zoom in? I was literally about to touch my computer screen to try to zoom in.
I literally I can't.
Oh my God, look at her little heart glasses. You guys are
Yeah,
so
they're from the
cute.
wedding.
That is
Oh my God.
so
And then
cute.
there's these 2 ladies in front of us. It was a mom and a daughter. And the shirts they had on was, and here's to my mama who had to listen to all this drama. So Sue took a picture. I was like, that's so cute.
Did they have a good time? Hannah and Sue?
Yeah, they did. Because like it's also part of me,
happy.
like I'm like, I hope they have a good time because like they know songs, but they don't know everything. So like I really hope,
Yeah.
they enjoy it.
They didn't know everything, really?
They knew a
Like,
lot more than I thought they were gonna.
yeah, I was gonna say, because I feel like the songs that she plays,
Honestly,
most
Tortured
people
Poets
would
was
know.
probably the one that Sue knew the least
Right. Makes sense.
because it's new. But she loves Fortnite. So like she was excited to get to see Fortnite.
Right.
And then obviously surprise songs they didn't, well, You're on Your Own Kid they knew, but like
They didn't know. Oh, good.
they didn't really know Clarabelle or the Lucky One because like
Yeah. But
the
that's only
Lucky
like
One.
but I feel like everything else they had to have known.
No, and they definitely did know more, or it would be
Maybe
like they
Folklore
weren't sure
Evermore.
what it was at first, but then when the chorus was, it was like, oh, yep. But the girl
Right.
next to me would hold my hand, and we would like sing, and I was like, yeah, this is fun. And then I got an
So not our
anti-hero
experience with
bracelet.
that girl that blew my eardrums out.
Yes, well, that was the other. Champagne Problems was another one where I was like, wow, I can hear it.
I can hear it.
Oh, and we were the crowd that did the Olay thing. Olay,
didn't
Olay,
know.
Olay, Olay. So she was like literally, because it's like obviously she does it for every show that she just like stands there. And it's kind
After
of like,
Champagne Problems.
yeah. So it was like, oh, I hope like she feels like this is like special somehow. And then they started
Right.
doing like the Olay chant, and I was like, oh, cool. Like this is different. And then she did. She was just like, like, and then like,
Yeah.
like literally just kept pointing to the side that started it. And I was like, oh my God, okay. So like maybe she'll remember it.
Oh, that's cool. I never saw that you guys like that happened. I watched a live stream from Torture Poets because I wanted to see if Travis was gonna come out, and I was like,
Yeah.
Travis isn't there. And then whatever, and then I stopped, and then because Ryan, we were sitting in his house, and he was like, I don't want to watch this. I want to like save it. I was like, I know, I just need to see if Travis is coming
Comes out. Oh my God. I would have.
And then I stopped it, and then I put it back on for the
would have
surprise
died.
songs.
Literally would have
No, I
died.
know. I was like, damn, that would have been so
Yeah,
cool.
and that's
But
because then I was like texting Erin after the show too, and she was like, I watched the entire thing. And I was like, you did? And she was like, yeah, I knew you were there. So I just wanted to
it is
experience
something different
it.
though, because I haven't watched a live stream.
I know. I was thinking the same
since
thing.
the first day since Torture Poets started, where we were all watching, and I was like, well, Steph's there. Like, I have to watch it. Like,
I have to see what she's
through
seeing.
her perspective.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like, I have to know what she's
exactly.
watching.
Exactly.
She's watching it, obviously.
Literally. Well,
Like,
no,
I
but
did.
like
I
oh,
put it on the big
well, we were
screen.
talking about the whirlwind of it all. Like, literally, besides you and Erin, nobody knew I was going.
Really?
Because like, I'm not going to tell people I'm going to see Taylor Swift when I didn't know for sure if
told
I
her.
was.
Yeah.
And we didn't know we were going to. We got the tickets on the way, but we were boarding the plane. We got
Yeah.
the first two. So it was just kind of
Right.
like,
Your
I
mom
literally
knew,
texted
no?
Court and I was like, by the way, I just went to Taylor Swift in Dublin.
She didn't know?
No, because I like, it was all
What
over
did she
the
say?
place.
What was her reaction?
She was like, what the actually, was it in Snapchat? Did she send me a Snapchat? And I was like, wait, by the way. I was like, I'm out. Let me see if I still have them. No, I didn't save it. But yeah, she was like, wait, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, I don't really know what happened. It all happened so fast.
What an awesome way to start your trip.
Literally, I was like,
Like-
this is like off to a hot fucking start.
Yeah. Like, how do you live up to that after it?
You
Might just be-
honestly don't, I guess. And the problem was like, I never like, I don't think I ever woke up the rest of the trip. Like, I feel like I
You
was
never
just tired.
adjusted?
I felt like I was just tired the entire time. Like there was one day we were supposed to go do some more driving of somewhere, but we were staying in this town for 2 nights, and it was like a cute town with a bunch of stuff to do, or like, shops and stuff. And like in the morning we were at breakfast, and Con was like, maybe like, he was like, I don't really feel like going and driving today. Like if anybody else wants to stay back, like, so then I was like, oh, well, I will. I don't feel like driving today. And then like the
Yeah.
rest of the family wanted to go do what we were supposed to do. So like
Yeah.
the 3 of them went. And like we were just walking around. We took a nap. Like we went back up to the room and took a nap. And then we were walking around the town later, and he was like, have never, like when we were out at the pubs the night before, he was like, I've
Right.
never seen like heavier bags under your eyes
Really?
than like that night. And so he was like, so I kind of wanted to make sure that if you didn't want to go today, you didn't have to, without being like, I don't want to go
Wait, so
today.
he did that intentionally?
Yeah. And I was like, well, I feel bad if
That's
you
really
wanted to
nice.
go. And he was like, no, I didn't care about going. So he was like, so I kind of wanted to be like, hey, we
That's
could
really
stay.
nice.
And I was like, yeah. And we had a great time because we found a Lord of the Rings bar and had
Really?
lunch at a place called the Shire.
That's so
Yeah, so I
cool.
was like, wow, that was really sweet of you. Thank
Did
you.
you
I
take
really needed
pictures
it.
there?
Yeah. Well,
Okay, send
I
them
just
to
took
me.
pictures of memorabilia that they
Oh.
like, and like,
Well,
oh,
I want a
the
picture of you and Connor there is what I want to
oh
see.
no, me and Connor like barely took pictures.
You guys are so
I
annoying.
took a picture of Connor there.
Aw.
He had
I
gotten
don't
a haircut
in
at a place
Ireland?
in Ireland. Yeah.
Why?
He needed one. And he was like, I kind of want to go see it. So he went to some Turkish guy in Ireland.
The
But
fuck?
and they did like the top, apparently the tops of their ears. There's like hair, and he literally took like a flaming thing and just like got the top of his ears. Uh
That's crazy.
his nose, they waxed his nose hairs, and I was like, do it. Like get them
Get him.
out.
Get him
His
good.
eyebrows. And I was like, do it. Yes, keep
Holy
going.
shit.
I was like, do it
Irish
all.
man.
But yeah, it was just a great time. I had a great trip.
Ugh. I'm like, and then you go to Italy this Christmas, right?
Yeah, in November.
Or November? Damn, you guys are just living large.
Yeah.
Where in
Exciting
Italy?
times. Exciting times. You're living large soon.
Hell yeah, in like 3 days.
Okay, and
So,
then so you're
4
going
days.
to Hungary.
Yeah, so here's the sitch, peeps. Here's the sitch. I'm Hungarian. Got it, good. And I've never been there, Ryan has. And last year when she announced, or last, whatever, after she announced all the days and stuff and blah, 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 I don't know what came into my brain that I wanted to go to her Austria, which date, which is in August. And I'm like, that would be so fun, like for my 30th birthday. My birthday's July 27th, guys. I'll be 30. And
Woohoo.
um and I was like, you know what? It's probably not realistic. I looked up the flights to Hungary. It just didn't make sense. I'm like, "Ugh," I kind of knew we'd probably be planning a wedding at that point, and I'm like, all right, if it happens, it happens. Like it'll be fate, but nah,
Mm-hmm.
we'll do something else. And so then when the I kept it was always in the back of my
Yeah.
brain. Oh, also because Paramore opens up for them and Ryan's
Yes.
favorite band is Paramore and he's never seen them live and I'm like one other better place. Like are you
Mm-hmm.
joking? And I'm from Hungary, like that's my father's first language. And well, I'm not from Hungary. I was born in the United States, but my like whatever. So it would be really special for me to be able to finally go there because we've tried to go many, many times before my grandma and grandpa, my dad's parents passed away. We never got to go.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so I'm like, what else? It's gonna be my 30th birthday, like a week after my 30th birthday. Paramore opens up. What else is gonna happen? But I wanted to be realistic, so I put it out. And then the Torture Poet set
Mm-hmm.
came out, and I texted you, and I was like, Steph, I need to fucking go to this
I know.
goddamn show. I'm gonna
I
make it
know.
my goddamn mission. And I texted Rye. I'm like, Ryan, we need to go. And then I looked up where she would be on my actual birthday, July 27th, and it was Munich, Germany. And I'm like, oh, like how far is that from Hungary? Like, because also not only can we go to Hungary, but we can stay in Hungary for free because Ryan's best friend, one of our thousands of invisible strings, Ryan's
Mm-hmm.
best friend is Hungarian and his grandmother still lives there. And his mother, who we're close with, spends the entire month of July there every July.
Perfect.
So I'm like, well, what if we just went to Hungary and what if we then also just went to fucking Munich and saw the show?
Mm-hmm.
This is also before we got engaged because this is April
Yeah.
or early May. But I
I
was
think
texting you
it was early May.
when like the first Torture Poet set. I'm like, I
Yeah.
need to go. And I made it my mindset. I was like, I'm doing this, we're doing this. This is right before we got engaged. We got engaged and then I put it out of my brain again. I said, I can't do I how am I supposed to like how do you like you're planning a wedding and like it's
Mm-hmm.
so much money. How do I justify going on a big Euro trip or whatever? But I looked it up enough to look up what the dis like when we would go, how long it would take to get from Budapest to Munich, blah, 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 blah,
Mm-hmm.
blah, to know that it was doable. Looked up the tickets, looked up to see if it was could happen. And I looked it up so much that I found out like, yeah, it's tough. And this is when I was looking up your stuff for Ireland too, because we were
Yeah.
texting back and forth, and like it was way tougher. It seemed nearly impossible in Ireland, but it did seem like there was a way for Germany.
Yeah.
And I even saw it on StubHub's website where it was like, yes, you could get it through website, but then you're gonna or through StubHub, but then you're gonna have to download another app and this, that.
Right.
But I did like a lot of research, and then I kind of said I'm not doing it. Like, all right, we're not gonna do it. It's fine. It's not meant to be. And then my other friend Steph said to me, Steph, I'm about to give birth to my second child, and my husband and I are saving up to build a whole other Airbnb on our land. But I have to remind him, although we're saving, you can't stop living your life and you can't stop celebrating things that you should celebrate. And I was like, you're right, Steph. I'm gonna look up what the flights are tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it would literally be on my 30th birthday, and seeing Paramore and Taylor Swift, which Ryan
It's
loves, like,
also like this is gonna come out bad, but it's not like what I'm saying is not bad. But it's like your wedding is gonna take up all of your time next year.
yeah,
Where it's gonna be like your summer is gonna be your wedding until it happens. So
yeah,
like while yes, you're saving for your wedding now, you're not taking a trip next summer.
right.
You know what I mean? Like you're
100,
not
yeah,
doing these trips
right,
next year. So
right,
what? You're going to, well, and first of all, Taylor Swift won't be there. So what? You're going to
right,
wait 2 years to go do the Hungary trip
right.
and all that kind of stuff, you know? So like obviously it's the same thing that Steph said, but like you're going to be, your wedding's going to take up so much of your time for the next year anyway. Like
Yeah,
go.
exactly. So I looked up the flights the following day, and I was like, this is do or die. If I meant to go, the prices would have dropped because I was worried because they were around like 900, which I was like,
Mhm.
that's not bad. They were $670 round trip. And I said, I called Ryan, I
Incredible.
said, and I just got like this bonus at work. I booked them immediately, and we're staying in Hungary for free. I have a Marriott credit card, so I was able to book 2 nights in Munich for free with my points.
Perfect.
So all we had to pay for in terms of whatever are the Taylor Swift tickets.
Right.
And they're way cheaper than even though they're still overpriced, it's way cheaper. So basically, we just had to pay for those tickets. And I kept thinking, and the like once we booked it, the more I thought about it, I was like, I can't, I'm so happy I did this. And I was pushed to do it by Steph in a
Mhm.
sense, because like I really was like, okay, maybe I'm being crazy, but like when else could that happen? Taylor Swift and Paramore will probably never perform together again after this
And we
tour.
do not know when she's going to tour again.
Don't know when she's gonna tour
She's
again.
done all her
And on my
albums.
birthday,
Yeah.
and not only that, not only on my 30th birthday, but to stay in Hungary, a place that I've wanted to go to, and to stay there for free. Ryan and I aren't gonna stay with a family on our honeymoon. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
when else are we gonna do something like this? It just all fell
Mhm.
into place. And we got the tickets, and not only did we get the
So
tickets, but
exciting.
we got the app, it all transferred over to me like officially. We leave on Monday morning out of JFK.
Wait, you got your ticket? Wow.
Yeah, so it said like you could get them up to 2 weeks before, and I think like to that or whatever. Or no, it was even before 2 weeks, but
Oh,
it said like your
wow.
tickets are ready because the person who has the tickets has to make an account on this other app event
To transfer them.
FIM or whatever in my name and make this account for me, give it to me, make a password, and then StubHub has to email me.
Yeah.
But that's why StubHub is so reliable because like they are like, did you get the tickets when you did this login work? Did you get them? Let us
Right.
know.
Well, and because I was gonna say, and I think that's also what the tricky part of Ireland was because you couldn't transfer until Ticketmaster let you, which is like 2 days
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, that's scary as hell.
So like we were just like, well, we can't even look online to see if tickets are popping up and like until like a week or
Yeah.
two before. And then right, like it was like, oh, transfers open. And it was like I I think it opened for everybody like the Thursday before, or maybe the Tuesday or Wednesday before the first show on Friday. And I was like, so I can't even like try to get legit tickets until then anyway.
Yeah, which is so scary, but
Crazy.
no, but I thought I wouldn't know until like a week before, so I'm happy
Right. Yeah,
it
no,
went
for sure.
through. I
That's why I
saw
was
it.
like
It's
so
all good.
surprised.
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing the opposite. We're gonna be in Hungary for the first leg of our trip. We got a rental car, which wasn't that expensive, but we got a rental car for the whole week. We made sure that we could drive it to the other countries and all that stuff.
Hmm.
And it's a 6 hour and 40 minute or a 7 hour drive from where they live in Hungary to Munich. And we're gonna stop in Austria, like Vienna, just like for lunch, because it
Yeah.
takes us through Vienna. So we're like, let's just do lunch,
Cool.
whatever. Enjoy Munich. On the 26th, we're gonna go the day before. The show's on my birthday. Um, and then on the 28th, we check out and we're gonna go to Salzburg, Austria, and stay in Salzburg for a day, which is like where the Sound of Music was. It's
Cool.
if you Google it, stuff, it's so fucking
Oh, yeah.
gorgeous. It's stunning. So we're so excited for that. And then so that'll be our way back, and then we'll go back to Hungary, and then we fly out of Budapest on the 30th,
Oh,
I
so you
think.
are going back to Hungary. You're not flying out of,
Yeah, we're
gotcha.
gonna do like a big loop.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's like Hungary, Vienna's up to Munich, and then Munich,
So
Salzburg's
how long are
down,
you
back
gone
up
for?
from the 22nd to the 30th.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a week and a day. Like
Yeah.
Monday, we're leaving Monday morning, we'll come back like Tuesday evening.
Gotcha.
Um, and yeah, so and I have family in Hungary that I'm messaging on Instagram that I think I'll meet for the first time. So that's
So
cool.
cool.
She's like, "Oh yeah, what do you want to do?" So like it'll be super exciting. It's like my
Really
second
cool.
cousin. I don't really know. It's like my dad's cousin's kid. So like, how Deirdre has a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
baby. It's like if Deirdre's baby grew up and I was messaging Deirdre's baby.
Okay. Dad's cousin's kid works.
That's the
Like my
idea.
cousin Leah. She's my dad's cousin's kid.
Kid. Oh, that's cool.
I guess.
But okay. So for my outfit, I haven't
Oh,
made it
yeah.
yet, but I ordered it. And I really wanted to do tortured poets because like I'm so obsessed with that.
Mm-hmm.
And like white, and I figured like we're engaged, like kind of like it's sort of a take on a bride, of course, of like a bride that never was.
Mm-hmm.
But so I was like, let me order it and let me make sure it's a polyester dress so that I could sublimate on it, which is like, because like I made my black dog
Yep.
old habits die screaming, like I can make my own stuff. And maybe on the bottom half of it, I could print out those lyrics.
Yeah.
So I haven't tested it out yet. That's one of my many things that I have to do. Don't know how I'm gonna do all this.
Wait, Steph. I was gonna wait, when are you leaving?
Monday morning, but I have a family party Sunday. Alex is
Yep.
getting engaged Saturday. Steph and Big's coming tomorrow. I haven't packed. I also have to make three really time-consuming gifts,
Yeah.
possibly four. Um, and I have to make a gift for Alex, and I'm making a gift for Ryan for the grandmother's house that we're staying in. I figured like we need to bring something.
For sure. Wow.
Hopefully, I'll figure it out. I just feel like I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
You stay up late, you'll figure it out.
No, I'm gonna stay up late tonight.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah, one thing at a time. And anyway, so I started making lyrics, and it says, I love you, you're ruining my life all over her dress.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to find the font. I would have to pay for the exact one. So I just found something similar. I don't really care. But I was like, I need to make this me. So I decided I'm going to make it all of my either A, favorite lyrics from Torture Poets or lyrics that make sense. For example, I'm so depressed I act like it's my birthday because, like, it will be my birthday.
Oh my God, yeah.
Another example, in the age of him, in the age of him, she was 30. I'll be 30.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be my 30th birthday.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. And then other like favorite lyrics too, just like something from So High School, something from The Bolter, something from The Black Dog,
Yeah.
something from My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys, which by the way is my favorite song right now.
It's fucking sick. That was the first song I was just like, oh yeah, I love this album.
Yeah, that song. So The Bolter, 100% will be one of the. So The Bolter, The Black Dog, and My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys are my three like all the way at the top. Like
Wow.
will never skip. And I actually My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys over all of them. I keep being like wanting to replay it over and over. Because
That
I
one was, I think, in my top,
was it in your
it
no,
was in
because
my
I
top
think both
10.
of our tops when we said it was Our first one was,
Yeah, literally in my notes, it was like early fave when I
oh
heard
yeah,
that one for the first time.
it's so good. I love there was a litany of reasons why we could have played for keeps this time. I
So
know
good.
repeating myself put me
Me
back
back
because
on
at
my
the
track.
beginning it's like that part, the litany part is like a bridge. You know what I mean? Like the idea of the
Mm-hmm.
bridge of like being like I'm so excited, and then it happens again at the end.
I
Like,
love that song.
oh, it's so good. So I was thinking a mixture
Love.
between my favorite songs from the album and then stuff like referencing that it's my birthday.
I love that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, so I got the dress. I got like black chokers because she does wear a black
Mm-hmm.
necklace. I have a black sweater that I'm bringing because Germany can be between 75 to 85, but then like at night it could get down.
Well,
So
I
I
was gonna say
just,
that's why my sweatshirt was fine because it in the during the day it's 65 degrees in Ireland. So it was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be cold.
yeah, it's definitely warmer in Germany and
Yeah,
Hungary,
yeah,
but it still could be way colder than it is here.
yeah,
So I just figured the sweater, and she does like there's the black. Some people wear those black gloves, so my like sweater that's like black will be pretty
yeah.
much just on my sleeves. Um, and then I just got like white sneakers, but I'm so excited for it.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I hope it comes out. I have a tester dress that I'm gonna try it out
Do
on.
you have, I hate to ask you if you have a backup, but do you have a backup in case it doesn't work? I mean, I guess you could just wear the dress, right? Does the dress look
Yeah,
enough
where
like
if
the
it
shape?
doesn't work and I fuck it up, I could still just wear it. I did buy three dresses. This is the only one that I like. So I have a trial dress that I would never wear regardless.
Okay.
I do have a backup that I originally got, but the whites don't match because it's actually a bodysuit and then like a tutu thing over it.
I see.
Or I
Yeah.
could just wear something that I've worn before if I need to. But
Yeah.
I'll be able to figure a backup out if I have to
Yeah.
before packing. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's yeah, because that's what I like. Well, because like I brought the shirt I wore to our show, but I brought it for Hannah because she didn't like the shirt she ordered just in case she wanted to wear it. And then if I was feeling more like jazzed up before the concert, I brought my reception dress because it's got the fringe, like, and I was like, oh, that's kind of fearlessy.
Oh, that's
And
fun.
then I brought our Fearless. You know how like we bought those shawl things when Fearless Taylor's version came out
Oh yeah.
that are in our picture, like our podcast
Yeah.
picture? I brought that with me and I was like, I'll put that over the dress. But then I was so exhausted. I was like,
Right.
I'm putting my red sweatshirt on and jeans and we're
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. And that worked out. But
It was perfect. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah, even if I wore something that had nothing to do with Taylor Swift at the end of the day, like it would be
I
fine.
mean, to be fair, like there's plenty of people that
Right.
go in normal clothes to wear to a
But I hope,
concert.
I hope, I
I
hope
hope it
the
works
dress
too.
works out because it would just be fun. I just need to like, I just have to figure out like the size of each thing,
You'll
but I'll
figure it
do it.
out.
I'll figure it out. I'll
I
figure it
believe in
out.
you.
That's either tomorrow night problem or a Saturday morning problem.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
So, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited for Rye too. He's so excited to listen to Paramore. So when you said you guys were late, I was like, oh no. But I think we're gonna drive. We already looked up where the parking lot was. We looked up
Yeah.
because we looked up how far the train thingy would be. Driving would be closer, but there's gonna be traffic. So I'm like, we're literally leaving 12 hours early and we're gonna drink or not drink. Well, we're gonna drink, but I don't want to be drunk,
Hmm. I gotcha.
because I don't want to risk anything. Because
No,
we
it
need to
makes
be there.
sense. It's
Or
fair
were there
enough.
two openers for you?
I don't know.
Because some of them just have Paramore, which I hope we just have Paramore because that means it's longer set. And some have two openers.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know because like I heard "Ain't It Fun,"
Living
and
in
then whatever
the
song they played
rhythm.
last, we were we saw them finish basically.
Oh, that I thought that was their last song.
No, I think they played. I think they played one more that I didn't know,
Okay.
but "Ain't It Fun" is definitely towards the end because I don't, obviously we didn't really see much, or they were saying goodbye while we were still getting in and stuff. So I don't even know if I don't even remember if I actually saw them. But I know I heard, like I know I heard them singing "Ain't It Fun." But
Wow.
I do wish I saw them, but at the same time,
You got to see Taylor. Like, that's not why you went.
oh yeah, yeah, exactly. And it was just like so crazy that
Yeah. Like,
the day
right.
leading up to it,
The
that it was
fact that
just
you
like
even
we
made it
got
there.
there. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
And
no,
then
like I would
Connor
be
was
so
saying that even
impressed.
like while they were like him and his dad and Niall, the driver, were out, like Niall was like, are they gonna be okay? Like with the train? Like they didn't seem like they asked a lot of questions, like
Uh,
besides what's the station called? And Connor was like, Steph's pretty good at this stuff, so they should be fine.
oh my
I
God.
was like, it's a lot of faith in me. But we were. It was great.
My God. That is insane. I uh, I can't believe both of us get
I
to,
know.
and hopefully everything goes well with me, but get
I
to
know.
experience it. Like, and
I
just like
know. It's so
the
exciting.
almost serendipity that we're just both like that just kind of falls into place for both of
Yeah,
us like
for sure.
this.
It's crazy. My
It's
God.
so crazy. I
We're gonna have to well, our next episode is gonna be a lot sooner because
yeah,
I'm gonna
we'll
have
do
to
one
hear
in
about,
August.
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have to hear about the show. And then maybe we'll talk more stuff, like maybe revisit Torture Poets and be like, yeah, I
Yeah.
still like I'm obsessed.
Yes. Yeah. Like I said, like I have my three. I have more than those three tops, but those three just
Obsessed.
they don't leave. Yeah. Yeah, but we
Oh
will have to
man.
talk because I can't wait and life is great and it's just like I just like I'm really happy right now.
Good. That's great. Me
I'm
too.
happy for us. I'm happy for the future.
Me too. God. What a
And
time to be
let's
alive.
just say, though, Mary's song, everything has changed. So high school. That was crazy. We can't leave without saying that. I'm sorry.
Literally, I think that was like the first time I feel like we've texted about surprise songs in a long time in that group chat with me, you and Aaron.
Yeah.
But I was just like, this needs, and then and like he was crying, like
Oh my God.
so fucking cute.
I was like, was I don't know if I watched it live. I don't think I did, but I watched it like right after
Yeah.
enough to
Yeah.
not know if she was gonna say 87, 89 at the end. And I was like, "She better like I didn't see anybody like posting that she had said
Yeah.
that part of it, just that she
Oh,
sang it. And I was like,
so cute.
is she gonna fucking say it? Is she gonna fucking say
That was so good.
And we talked about this in the group chat, but I was like, I wonder if she had said to Travis, because Travis obviously was like crying or teared up or whatever it was. Like, I bet she had said, like, in my head, this is how I imagine it. And she was like, when I play my piano, it was piano song, I just want you to know that this song, that mashup, like, I'm singing to you. So, like, listen. Like, I feel like she
Probably.
told him, like, this
She
is
must have
for
had to give him a
you.
heads up, like this one's special tonight or
Yeah,
something, you
this
know?
one's like special for you.
I
Like
just
so
like because
listen to
people were
every word
talking
that I'm
about,
saying.
right. And like people were talking about it too, where it was just like she wrote Mary's song about a couple in her neighborhood
I
that,
always thought it was her grandparents.
no, it was her neighbors, that
Oh,
like she just, like saw their love and was like, oh, this is so sweet. I want to write a song about it. And then it's like, and then you get like everything has changed. Or like then you go into like, it's like, okay, the early love songs she wrote that she hoped for. And then you have everything has changed, which is just like the love song of like, oh wow,
I've always loved that.
you wow, you've done something to me that like I haven't felt before, kind of a thing. And it's like, okay. And then it's like you end with her most recent love song. It's just like, wow, just
Which is
like,
very obvious about
yeah, and about
Travis. So
him
like
too. But it's just kind of
that's when
nice.
it's
It's like her very
solidified
first
who
love
she's
song she
singing
wrote,
to.
her very last love song she's written. And it's just, and everything changed in between to get to him.
It's so oh my God.
If they break
Oh,
up, I'm going to like,
I
I'm going to
know.
be really, really fucking sad.
I know.
And you know what, Steph? It's crazy to say. I don't think they will.
No, I don't think I crazy bitch. I don't think so
I
either.
don't think they will.
I don't think so either. I really like that surprise song, like this is crazy. I know this is gonna like put me on the opposite end of the people that are crazy that hope that
Yeah.
always think they're breaking them up or that they are breaking up. But like that night, I was like, they might be engaged. Like I
No,
feel,
100%. But
I
also,
feel.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. We might be crazy and we might be delusional, just like the other side. But we're delusional about real things that are happening and we're reacting to them. And she seems like she's delusional right now in terms of like being obsessed and in love. So
That's very
we're
true.
allowed to be this way
We are following her
because we are
delusion.
following her lead in being
We are.
obsessed
You're right. And
with
we're
her
being
love.
obsessed with like concrete things that are like literally happening that are we're being
Right.
told as opposed to things
We're
that
not looking
we're
at him going to a show and
getting
being
at.
like, that's definitely the last one. They're going to break up tomorrow. You know, like, what?
I
Anyway.
would love to know one of those people in real life just to be like, what's wrong? Like, because I just don't think that they're real. Like, who are
I
you?
know. I know. I know. They're not real in my life. I've not met a single person that doesn't love Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Like, that's a Taylor Swift fan, I should say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I went to a Taylor Swift trivia night with Justine. We lost. And well, because Stephanie, first of all, we were in first place. I was fucking killing it. Me and Justine were like, we were team casually cruel. And then they asked, and maybe you would have known this, but they were like, her fucking cat, Benjamin Button or Meredith Grey, whichever cat. I was like, oh, they're gonna ask the names. I know all three, Justine. They're like, what type of cat is this cat? And I was like, I literally know no fucking cat types other than Steph's cat and like a Siamese cat. Like,
Long
I don't
haired.
know what the fuck cats are.
Are they
I couldn't
are
tell
they
you. I
rag
don't remember
dolls?
it. What?
Are they rag dolls?
No, it was not that. I would remember that. No.
Cornish something?
Could be. Don't remember, but it so that got us and then, okay. And then what got me us also in the same round. It was like one round really killed us was what was her character's name in the Lorax? And I thought,
Oh, I've never seen that.
yeah, first of all, it wouldn't matter if I thought it was the right movie. I was thinking Cats.
Oh,
I also didn't know what her name was in fucking Cats. I was like, Cheyenne?
never saw
Like
that
that
either.
sounds like a cat name. It was like Audrey or some bullshit.
Oh.
So that I was like, because I didn't
You
want to
know
cheat.
what? You know what's really funny? Just because we're talking about Lorax and cats, I do really collectively love that as a fandom, especially, and like I can't talk about anything new because she hasn't been in anything in a while, but like as a fandom from pre 2019, let's say, because I think
Yeah,
Cats came out around then, none of us give a fuck about the movies she's in, and they're all awful.
yeah.
And I just love that. That it's just like,
No,
yeah, whatever. She's in, oh, it's probably terrible. I'm not going to watch
yeah,
it. And then nobody watches them.
yeah.
Like, it's just really funny to me. Who knows what
Never
would
seen the
happen
Lorax.
now?
I've never watched Cats. I've never watched. Well, I will
Amsterdam or
watch The
whatever she's
Giver.
in.
Oh, she was in that. Who knew?
I
I
think
did
she
watch
gets hit by a
Valentine's
thing
Day.
really quickly. I think she just makes a really quick cameo.
I did watch Valentine's Day,
Oh, I did watch Valentine's Day,
and that
but I
was a
didn't
question.
watch it for her.
Oh, yeah,
You know what
no,
I
I don't
mean?
think I did either. Yes, totally. But that was a question that I got right. So I was like, thank God. And okay, so this was the last question. Maybe you know this, but this is what got us because we would have got for second or third if we didn't do it. But the last question was a like a um you could barter whatever the word is, like 0 to 50 points or whatever it was. But if you get it wrong, you get minus that.
Okay.
When the
Oh
rest of the
no.
game wasn't like that. And it said, which music video for Taylor Swift broke the Guinness World Records for having the most views of any music video in 24 hours? You don't understand. Justina and we wrote down notes and we went back and forth, back and forth. I took the thing up to him and I said, wait, if we get this wrong, do we lose those points? He goes, yeah. And I said, oh, hold on. Because we bartered, we put all of it in. Went back and it said, fuck it. Still put every point in. And then we got it wrong. So I'm just curious, what would you guess before I tell you what the answer is?
So I would feel like I'd want to say something like from Midnight's
Mm-hmm.
because obviously she's just been like so fucking like popular lately. But something makes me want, oh, is it Bad Blood?
No.
Okay. It's gonna be something weird like Because then the other one I'd want to say is "Look What You Made Me Do" because it was like the most
Like
expensive
her.
music video ever made. But then I feel like that wouldn't be it
Mm.
because of that. I don't know.
So I'll tell you what we were between because I was like, all right. So when did she announce her tour? And like that's when she got the hype. I was like, I don't think it would be. What was the first one? Antihero.
Antihero?
I was like, but that was on our list, and I was like that or Bejeweled. I was like possibly Bejeweled because that could have been after the
Yeah.
tour. I was like, but it could also have been Fortnite because she's never had more hype than she has had right now. So is it
Oh,
Fortnite? Is it Bejeweled? Is it Antihero or is it Lavender Haze? So we are going back and forth
yeah.
through those. And then I think, look what you made me do. Because I'm like, that's her comeback. Like
And
she,
we know that, like, I think it's been like notoriously documented as like the most expensive music video.
yeah. And just like a comeback, like people are looking
And
like
there's so many
she's,
Easter eggs in it.
yeah. But it's 20, but you have to remember 24 hours. It's in the first
Right,
24
right.
hours. So I was like,
Yeah.
when would she have that much hype? I was like, well, Reputation, she was heard, nobody heard of her until Look What You Made Me Do.
Well,
Not
and
nobody
like
heard of her, I'm sorry.
that's why I would
We
pick
hadn't
Bad,
heard from her, is what I meant to say.
right. And that's why I would have said Bad Blood because there were so many fucking people in that.
Yeah.
Like
No,
every star was in that. So it would have been like, oh, maybe that's what it was. But
I don't know that anyone got it right unless they like go traveling through Taylor Swift stuff, but we
is it like
lost because we gave
delicate?
all of our points. What?
Is it
No.
delicate?
Steph?
Back to December?
The reason that this video broke the Guinness Book of World Records is because of this girl right here.
You? Is You
What
Belong With
video?
Me?
What video did I watch?
You Belong With
Over.
Me?
No. Over and over and over and over with you and your mom and Alex.
Shut the fuck up.
I swear to
Shut
God.
the fuck up.
I was,
It's me?
it's me.
Honestly, props to me. It gets a
What
lot of
the
hate.
fuck? Yeah, I saw it. I said, Justine, I broke that record myself.
It's so funny too that like because you did watch that so many times, it's like, how did that one not be like, it's me, guys? And then you would have been right.
'Cause
Like saying it as a joke, but then it being real.
how did that? I don't even get how that beat anything. Like, what?
That's crazy.
It was crazy, but we lost real hard.
It's like when we went to the Vampire Diaries convention and we both got out on the same question. We were in the
Ugh.
top three. Remember?
Oh yeah, it's like
We played
only
that
one of
game
us has to fucking
and there was
win.
literally three people left, me, you, and some other girl. And we were like, oh, we're fucking winning this. And then we both go out on the same
It
question.
was such bullshit. We were so close, Steph. That was really depressing, actually. Like,
Honestly, I was
fuck.
really impressed with us.
But
Well,
yeah,
I really wasn't impressed with us because like we knew that show inside and out.
yeah, no,
But
it was good. But yeah, the trivia, the first two groups of questions, I was so confident. There's like 4 rounds, and then they got fucking crazy. I was like,
really hard. Yeah.
who the fuck would know this shit?
Oh God.
Some questions I should have known, like what is her current record company? I was like, Big Wheel Machine.
Isn't it Republic?
Yeah, it's Republic Records. It was Big Machine Records, and then it's like, what's her new one? I'm like, Justine, I know there's one word that's the same, and we're like, oh, is it big? Is it machine? Is it records? And I was like, let's go with Big Wheel.
Oh my God. Why wouldn't you go with
No, we
records
knew it
being the
was wrong.
same?
No, I knew. Like I know Republic Records. I didn't know that day. I
No, but
could
I don't
not
even mean like
fucking
knowing
get.
that it's Republic Records. But why wouldn't you think the same word has to be records?
Because in my brain, I remember thinking like this is so similar, it's kind of odd. But my brain just didn't make sense that records make sense, I guess.
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
then when I was with Justine, I was like, it has to be bigger machine because I wouldn't have thought it was weird that records was
That
the
records
same.
was the same.
But
Yeah.
that is what it was. So doesn't matter because that's something I should have got. But I was pretty proud of myself for the like
Hell
the
yeah.
other stuff that I got because I saw other people going like, oh, and then he goes, all right, what 4 albums were nominated for album of the year or something like that other
That didn't
than
win.
no, just in general, but it was maybe other than Fearless. So we wrote 1989, I wrote Midnights, I wrote
Folklore.
Folklore, and I wrote Red. Bring it up. And he reads it, and guess what album he doesn't say? Midnights. The album that she just won Album of the Year for. And instead he says Evermore. And I, like a fucking dumbass bitch, go, that wasn't nominated. And everyone turned and looked at me. I Googled it. It was nominated for album.
It was?
It was. I guess I just knew going into that year that she wasn't going to win it because she had just won for Folklore.
Yeah.
Because I was like, Harry won that year. I really thought she was only nominated for like Willow. Like, I just didn't think Evermore was nominated. And I shouted it to the whole bar. And they all turned and looked at me. And I've never felt like more of like a fucking know-it-all, like in a bad way, like know-it-all,
Yeah.
like, bitch, you don't know fucking anything. It was nominated.
See,
It was
I would have guessed Evermore or Lover just because they're more recent. You know what I
But
mean? Like
we know Lover wasn't because, oh, maybe we don't. Reputation definitely
Reputation wasn't. Yeah, because I was gonna say, because like I wouldn't have thought I knew Speak Now wasn't. I didn't think because I think Red was a little too all over the place.
No,
I
but
would have just
remember,
picked one of the more recent ones.
but remember, that was her inspiration for 1989 because in the documentary, she says, then they went up and they announced Album of the Year and they said random access, blah, blah,
Right.
blah.
That's
And
right.
she thought it was going to be Red. And that night she went home and she scrapped everything she had and she
So
dreamt and thought of
so
1989.
did they yell at the trivia guy for not having
So
Midnights in there?
it was kind of like, what about Midnights? What about Midnight? Like, I heard a few people saying that. So I was like, Justine, like, what the fuck? I was like, do I go up and say something? Like, what do I do? Like, do I go up and say something? I'm like, is anybody else going up? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Because I know other people said it. And I'm like, dude. And at that point, we were in first place. I was like, I gotta say something. Like, we're in first place. Like, if he doesn't count it, like, that's bullshit. So I went to the table next to me. I was like, do you guys think I should say something? Like, did you guys put Midnights? Like, and they're like, yeah, say something. And I was like, okay. Fuck. So I went up to him and I was like, excuse me. Midnight's actually just won like Album of the Year at the Grammys. And he was like, that he didn't actually say a word, he just went, and I said, thank you. And I walked back and I'm like,
Oh
Justine, I
my
am not
God.
turning any more answers in. You gotta go up because this guy fucking
Yeah,
hates
I'm
me.
done.
Yeah. So
I'm
when he
done.
announced it, he's like, all right. So the points, including Midnight's. I was like, yeah,
That's
I'm
so
not, I
funny.
cannot go up anymore with this guy. Especially
That's
because
so
I was like,
funny.
Evermore? And like he definitely saw me say that. And I was like, I
Mm,
was wrong.
yeah.
Evermore was nominated.
I guess I didn't realize that either.
Yeah. I just thought like I knew she was at that award show. That's when Harry won and she's in the blue and she's standing up. I just thought maybe she was like not nominated for Album of the Year, but she was. But yeah, Speak Now, Lover, and Reputation were not nominated.
Right.
So
Interesting.
that's the B's and E's.
Wow.
And
Yeah, that's
what's up?
what's going on.
Yeah.
Um, I guess I think we're done until you come back from your German,
My
well,
Hungarian, German,
Hungarian,
Austrian.
German, Austrian vacation.
Can't wait.
Um,
Oh, I'm learning Hungarian, so I should say
pick your stuff back up in Hungarian.
oh, I can't say that yet.
I know, I was just kidding.
I could say like,
Bye.
well, yeah, Fieslat, or I could say like Hodge, how are you? Or I could say like Orluk Talakazunk, which is like I'm happy that we've met. Like, but
Oh,
it
that's
means
nice.
like, or no, Holnap. No, that's tomorrow. I was gonna say Holnap Talakazunk, which is like see you tomorrow. But shit,
You'll get there. Well, I was gonna say you got
no,
time,
you
but
should see. I'm actually really good.
nice. Love
I think I
that.
know a lot of things.
All right.
Pretty good.
Well, you go pick up all of your Hungarian studying, and
I will.
everybody else can pick up their stuff too, because we're gonna drop our mics.
Now, mom. Oh wait.